Welcome to the Smark Foundation podcast. I'm Aaron. This is Adam.
Oh, hi, Marks.
And we are here to talk about the best and worst of AEW for the week. And look, man, if you're clicking on this episode, you saw the title of this episode is Fuck Ice. Guess where
Yeah,
we're starting today? Because I have
yeah.
seen a lot of wrestling media and a lot of wrestling fans talking about this over the last week, and nobody wanted to make it their forefront story. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to ignore that shit like this. We're going to kick off with that. Um, this past week, just we're not going to get into the match itself. We'll talk about that later. But during the Brody King and MJF match, the AEW crowd chanted "fuck ice"
Very
and
distinctly.
very distinctly, and they
Enunciation was there. It was very, very clear what was being chanted.
yes, and the referee did let them do that for a while before ringing the bell. Even MJF kind of broke character
Commentators
to
shut up.
yeah, commentators shut up and let it happen. Look, this is where we're at, where this is now completely and totally permeated everything to the point where even our 4 hours a week of relaxation time now become a political point. Um, we've been saying it pretty much the
Yeah,
entire time we've been recording.
yeah. We out here.
Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Um, I'll never you'll never catch me agreeing with that shit. That agency shouldn't fucking exist. That shit was born out of
It's
post
younger
nine
than we
eleven
are.
paranoia. Yeah.
It's not like it's been around forever and it's an institution. No,
Yeah.
it was created when we were in high school. Like,
Yeah. So that's where we start this week, just because look, man, it's unignorable. The shit that's happening is not something we can ignore. Um the fact that we have to bring awareness and protest to our well what could be considered our time away from that every week.
yeah.
um it's a little ridiculous. I think it speaks to the level of ridiculousness being perpetrated by our own government. And people might use more colorful words than that to describe it, but at its core, that's what it is. It's ridiculous. Um, it's unchecked fucking fascist bullshit. I
Yeah.
hate to use those keywords everybody hates. Like you can't say Nazi and you can't say fascist. And I'm sorry, but I'm a student of history, and um,
We're there.
yeah.
We're there, guys.
Tell me where this. Tell me how this isn't not like. Sit me down, and explain to me how this isn't Nazi fascist bullshit, and I will tell you how you need to get your glasses and hearing prescriptions fucking checked. Like, and then bring the fucking receipts because that's what I do. So, yeah, I think it speaks a lot to how ridiculous it all is that this is how we're starting this week, because this was the big story for wrestling for the week.
I think
Um,
it's what something that I've noticed too in my personal life. You know, like just the other day is like we're plugged in, right? We're on the mostly leftist social media site that's really doing its best to give a platform to broadcast what's actually happening in places like Minnesota and stuff like that, and showing the actual consequences, what's going on. But I think we take for granted because we're there, and not everybody is. And like my one of my coworkers, you know, one of my coworkers is an immigrant. She is a naturalized citizen. They sped through her citizenship because she's a refugee, and I really think that she's probably running from some really, really bad people, and so they wanted to get her in the door as quickly as possible. Good for her and her kids. But she is from Honduras. She has a fair amount of melanin present in her skin tone, and her English is definitely secondary in terms of language fluency. She is absolutely a target. And so
100%.
when I got word that ICE was coming through my locality a couple of days ago, I immediately showed her, the post that was online, and I was like, make sure to be careful, protect, find out where your kids are, this, that, the other thing, and everything. And this was as she was already leaving. Her shift was over. And my other coworker was like, well, what's up with that? I was like, well, ICE is in the neighborhood, I guess. I just told her to look out. And she's like, well, why? She's a citizen. And it was an honest question. It wasn't being snarky. It wasn't being coy. It was an honest question. And I had to explain to her that, there are people getting shot in the face. Their last words were "Have a nice day," or "I'm not mad at you, dude." There are people who are coming up with a phone who are getting pummeled and shot in the back. There are 5-year-olds who are being used as bait to get the rest of their family in detention. And she couldn't believe she hadn't heard a single one of these instances that I'm sure most of our listeners, probably because of how they found out about us, are very aware of.
Yeah.
We have to approach this with the knowledge that we are more plugged in than probably the majority of people around us.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really crappy that we're going to have to be the ones to break the bad news and to educate people, and that those people probably aren't going to believe us. It's a crappy situation to be in, but that's the reality of the situation, is that this is being as contained as best as the regime is allowing it to be. And if it wasn't, because they control the media, I mean, all these allies have either bought out the media or they have capitulated to the regime in order to keep on going, and basically in order to keep on existing.
Yeah.
And because of that, it's only like independent news sources and citizens who are recording and uploading to the internet is how we're finding out about a lot of this stuff. And we cannot take for granted that there are people who are not as attuned to that, who genuinely somehow think that, oh no, they're just chasing criminals, they're just putting away. It's like, no, guys, no. And it's a sad thing, but it's a reality situation. We can't just assume that everybody is seeing this and is okay with it. There are people who are seeing this and are okay with it, for sure. But I think there are a lot more people who aren't getting the news, even if they're not inclined to agree with it. I don't think a lot of people's ignorance can be held against them, but that means that we need to relieve them of their ignorance.
Yeah. It gets so much worse too, because it's like there's the incidences that are like really well publicized, but like the stuff that's not that well publicized shows the depths of like pure
depravity.
Well, there's that,
Absolutely.
but it's a level of incompetence that just like, even for government work, you're like, damn. Like, okay, so there's a guy from I think it was Honduras, or no, it's a South American country. I can't remember which one. Okay. And I'm not generalizing here. This guy's from South America somewhere. He he stalked, planned, and committed a robbery on a Brinks truck here in the United States. Stole something like $14 million worth of jewelry and cash. Huge fucking thing, right? He was awaiting trial and they deported him. So he technically walks free.
Yeah.
For his $14 million heist because these idiots deported him.
Yeah.
Like they're just incompetent. It's a level of like I'm like okay, yes, fascist, yes, Nazi. But like
how can we be
yes, absolutely not.
How are we being overrun by such absolute numbskulls? How is this like
I don't know.
It would be hilarious if it wasn't so damn depressing.
That's the problem. It's because the stupid people outnumber the smart people.
And the Dunning-Kruger effect.
And they root for this shit. Like they literally root for this shit. And I don't understand it. It's like y'all don't like I see like damn it. So here's half of me going on a rant on my little soapbox. My Mexican brothers and sisters in Christ, the fuck are y'all doing? Like, I'm sorry, just because you make more than $60K a year and you're doing good here in the States does not mean you get the fucking simp for this orange fuckball. This is the kind of dude that we would fucking string up in the goddamn town square and play pinata with this motherfucker because he touched little kids. Why the fuck are you like? Oh, you know, like why the fuck do you got a Trump flag on your fucking truck? Right next to the sticker on the back window that says Chihuahua MX. Like, fucking bros. Ugh, just, that's the type of shit that it bothers the fuck out of me. I'm like, dude, you are like, oh, you're rooting for it now till they come get you because you're next. You think you play on
There's
their
always
team.
Somebody next.
You think you play on their team until they're at your particular shade of deportation.
Yeah, it's the common thing with fascists is they will absolutely be willing to make temporary alliances as long as, you know, y'all hate the same people. But as soon as you no longer serve their purpose, you're next.
Yeah.
You're next. You've always been on the list. You just haven't been the highest priority until they get rid of everybody above you.
Yep.
Then you're just another thing to check off.
Yeah.
That's how it works. That's how it works.
Yeah. They will never stop hating. There will always be another target. Even when this country, if they somehow succeed and this country is 100% white and there's only like 40 million people left.
100% white white Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Yeah.
Then they're going to start picking apart. There's going to be a war over which Protestant sect it's going to be.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be from what country of origin the rest are from.
Yeah.
It's going to get whittled down and whittled down and whittled down and whittled down because it's never enough. There always has to be an enemy. There always has to be an other. There always has to be an our team versus the world, really.
Yeah.
And you are on the world's side. So screw off.
Yeah.
Like
for those of you who think, oh, it could never happen to me, check out the historical precedent. No Irish, no blacks.
Yeah. No Italians.
Yeah, no Irish. Like there are signs.
Italians and Irish people weren't considered white until like the early 20th century.
Yeah.
Look at any Irish American person and see look, I mean, like you can't see it because we're not recording video, but yes, see this, Aaron, look at this. Mm-hmm. This, I mean, you've seen me before, but like this is like 50% Irish. Okay. This lack of melanin that I'm showing you.
Yeah.
This would not have been considered white until like 1920.
Yeah.
It's absolutely nuts because whiteness isn't a skin color or lack thereof. It's a class. It's a status. That's what it is. It is an in group, and the people at the top with the money and the power control who's it. It's a George Carlin thing. It's a club, and you're not in it.
Yeah, basically. And so yeah, basically that's where we're at. We have the biggest story in wrestling this week being a political thing. And it's crazy that we're at the point now where this is what overshadows everything else. Because literally, we're all sitting here seething in anticipation, wondering if AJ Styles is going to come to AEW.
Yeah,
And that is completely overshadowed by a chant. A chant by one crowd at one
yeah.
show.
And don't get me wrong, we're happy to an extent that
Uh-huh.
that crowd was was that it took place and that it was on live TV, that they didn't censor it, that it got people talking not just about the issue itself but tangentially AEW got a lot of press over it, so selfishly, considering that we're fans of AEW and do this podcast pretty much only about AEW for the most part, made us happy in that regard. But the fact that it had to be in the first place
Yeah.
is the sad part.
Yeah.
Like,
Like the fact that this is where we're at. Like we're so far deep into this bullshit that now it is permeated my safe space.
yeah, they weren't
And
they weren't saying it because they don't like watered down coffee. Okay,
yeah,
let's just say that.
yeah. This was not about their frappuccino.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, but yeah, I mean I'm still very much with the crowd. Fuck ice. Ice can kiss my
Oh,
ass.
absolutely.
If you're an ICE agent, you're listening to this, kindly show yourself the fucking door.
Yeah.
I am not going to be
Look in
any
the mirror
clearer
and
than that.
examine your life choices.
Yeah,
For real.
basically. Like and yeah, if you're down with American citizens and other people being kidnapped off the streets just because they're brown, um, kindly show yourself the fucking door. Like I
Yeah, we
am,
don't want you.
nah, yeah,
We don't
like
want you as part of this audience.
yeah, like
We don't need you.
I don't care that my audience isn't really big enough for me to be sacrificing any of you. Um, if you're
That's why we
down
left
with this
Twitter.
bullshit, yeah, if you're down with this bullshit, jog the fuck on. Okay.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is. And so, yeah, that's where we're at. And I think we made our position abundantly clear. That said, there's a pretty great week of wrestling this week.
That is true. That is true.
That is,
So let's get into it. Yeah.
yeah,
So they were at the Pearl and the Palms in Las Vegas. So it was what, like an 1,800 seater or something like that?
yeah. This cool little Coliseum arena, which I like.
Yeah. Really neat, kind of in the rounds, not in the round, but like a proscenium kind of deal.
Yeah,
Um, the first row was like way back, but and elevated. It it made for some really cool stuff that went outside the ring because they had so much more room than they normally do.
yeah,
Like so,
yeah,
there were several matches that incorporated that. Like it would, I can only imagine like coming to a venue the first time as a wrestler and being like, oh wow, what can I do? All right, let's walk around the venue. Ooh, I could do something here. Ooh, we could do something there. Look at all this room. We could do a ton over here. Like it must be, especially with the amount of creative freedom that Tony Khan seems to offer his employees.
yeah.
That must have been like they must have been kids in a candy store with that kind of thing.
Mhm. So much room for activities.
Yes, yes. Uh, Opens up with Death Rider versus the Don Callis family. Mox, Pac, and Daniel Garcia versus Takeshita, Josh Alexander, and El Blon. Um, like it speaks to the depth of this roster that you can just kind of throw this match together, and they're weird teams. Like even though they're all on the same faction or whatever, weird teams,
Mm-hmm.
and it just works every time. It works every time.
Didn't we just say we needed a Pac and El Clone match like last
Yes,
week, and then
we
this
did.
this like 5 minutes happened in this match where I was like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe we do need that match.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with the way that they're highlighting El Colon, like he's honestly the thing that's probably going to hold him back is the fact that his gimmick is so derivative.
Yeah,
Because I mean, it's don't get me wrong, I kind of like the idea. I know we're just treading water until Hologram comes back from injury, and so they can have their program or whatever. Maybe they'll unmask the guy. I don't know, but like the gimmick is holding him back because he's literally just the hacked clone virus thing, like a corrupted copied file of
mm-hmm.
Hologram, right? But that dude is so fun to watch, man. Like that gimmick is going to hold him back, so I hope that they do unmask him and just let him go at some point,
Yeah,
because I think he could get really really over with this
yeah.
crowd. He's so interesting. He does things that I've never seen any other wrestler do.
You know, I
Like
I got to see who he is because
his other name is Arez, Arez, I think. Uh, and I think he and Hologram, the guy behind the hologram mask, have quite the intertwined history, if I'm not mistaken. They've been both, I think they've been both like arch enemies and tag partners at one point, like in various lucha feds. Um,
okay.
but yeah, I think he wanted to bring them both in because of their chemistry with one another. And I mean, I really can't wait for Hologram to get back. I want to see this program. Like it's obvious that TK is really really invested in this to begin with, because he had Hologram not lose for over a year,
Yeah,
and then started setting this thing up, and then just unfortunate injury timing just kind of, and they're still like just treading water,
yeah.
trying to get there. So he must really want either this particular match, or he has some angle that he wants to set up that he's really excited about, because he's bound and determined to get there.
This story's been awaiting in a notebook for years, apparently.
Yeah.
Uh,
But this match was, I mean, it was fun. It was as fun as as you would imagine. It's weird seeing the Death Riders being baby faces or playing baby faces, but pretty much anybody against the Don Callis family is probably going to be the de facto
Yeah,
baby
that's what
face.
I was thinking too. I was like, the only reason these guys are getting babyface reaction is because the other side is the Don Callis family, and everybody hates them.
Well, I
So
mean, Mox is a weird example in and of himself,
yeah, but like Pac was
but
getting treated like a babyface when he was taking
yeah,
on Clone, and
and he was kind of he was leaning into it too,
yeah, Daniel
not like
Garcia doing the
fully,
Hulk
but
Hogan like no sell at the end, which
Danny was definitely facing it up. Like
yeah,
he was leaning full into it.
the way Danny
Um,
was taking the hard shots off Takeshita, I think I might need Danny Garcia and Takeshita. I might even need Danny Garcia and fucking Kyle Fletcher. If he's taking shots like that, like let's go ahead
yeah,
and put in the guy who's gonna look like he's killing him anyway.
I'm telling you, Danny's a stud, man.
Yeah.
Been a fan of his for a while, and yeah, it's a little hometown bias, sure, because I
I think
grew
the
up in
only thing
Buffalo,
stopping
but
that kid from being a world title contender is that he that I that I look at him and still describe him as a kid. Like you
yeah,
need to put on about 40 pounds, my boy.
he needs to start
And
looking like Pac.
or yeah, or that. Yeah. Just like either shred up or bulk up. Pick one. But like do
Yeah,
one of those things and boy, you are going to the world title
yeah.
picture. Like period. Like
I mean, the other thing that's stopping him is just the depth of the field.
yeah,
Jeez
that's true. The
Louise.
field is deep, but like Danny Garcia has the like he has the chops to do it, to be part of that scene and live there. He just like
And
it's
being with the
really
Death Riders really kind of got him to that next level in terms of like his aggression in the ring too.
Mhm.
Like he was always like a little scrappy pit bull in there, but he's straight up mean now. A
Yeah. But even like even Wheeler's bulked up a little bit being with the
little
Death
bit.
Riders, you know. So like I mean just to,
He's gonna lose
even
about
just to oh dude, he's gonna lose about 30 pounds of hair next week
yeah, I was
or
gonna
week
say he's
after,
gonna lose
you know.
about 30 in Australia,
He's not
but
gonna look like a sheepdog anymore, so that's good.
no, he's gonna look like one of them shaved poodles.
Oh god, it's gonna be so hilarious. 'Cause he's gonna, you know, he's gonna keep that giant ass beard too. So it's just gonna be like,
I don't know if he does.
ah.
I think they have him shave the beard too.
It'd be funny if they, if like
I
Tony was
think
the one
Tony
shaving
shaves
him
the
and she
beard.
just like shaves a stripe in his beard.
I think OC gets his head and Tony gets his beard.
We'll see. I mean, I hope it all goes. I
it
want to
would
see.
be it would be
Yeah,
very let's just say for the queer woman to get the beard would be kind of hilarious.
yeah, it would be a little bit hilarious. Yeah,
uh, but yeah, Don Callis family actually picks up the win here. Um, it, I mean, it makes sense, you know, with the Continental title match with Takeshita and Moxley looming for big Cinnabon boy to to get the fall here on Danny this time with the Raging Fire. But yeah, like I was still kind of surprised that Don Callis family won because like it was mostly clean. You know, there wasn't outside
yeah,
interference like there, you know, usually is from both sides of these
right.
teams. Like it was pretty straight up, and they just kind of won clean. You know,
Yeah. You know, Tony Khan doing wrestling math. He's got like everybody, but he's like fractions, Death Riders,
yeah.
Don Callis, and he's like, oh wait, you know, outside interference cancels each other out, so no outside interference. You
He's
know,
got the
like
full Charlie Day
yeah,
conspiracy chart
it's like
going
I can't do that. I
on.
can't schmoz these finishes because they both have schmoz finishes and they cancel each other out. Ah, you know, I could just, oh god, I can only imagine what that writing room looks like.
Sorry, I already got crap for having last week the Death Riders win due to numbers advantage on the Don Callis family.
Right?
Of
Like, how
all
did that
things,
happen?
I'm still kind of I'm actually kind of salty about that
I
because
still,
that didn't
I
make
hear it. I
sense.
hear the ire in your voice still. It's
I
been a
was like,
week already.
really? Against the family, really? Like, don't get me wrong, that spot with the kendo stick, where Claudio just holds it out and Pac just comes running out, grabs it and shot on Lance Archer. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I don't want to give that back, but numbers. The whole point of doing this is to have the Death Riders have the disadvantage in the numbers for once, and they're not doing it. And I
Yeah.
don't know why. Like, that's the whole point of this, right?
Right.
Like, they outnumber you 2-1. What are we doing?
Right. And that's 2-1 with people out with injuries. Like,
Yeah, that faction is enormous. I'm gonna look it up right now on Wikipedia to see actually how many members there are in this stable right now. Okay, members: Konosuke Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, Trent Beretta, who's injured, but still, Lance Archer, Brian Cage, injured, Mark Davis, Josh Alexander, Rocky Romero, Hechicero, Kazuchika Okada, Wardlow, Andrade El Idolo, El Clone, and Jake Doyle, including the people who are out injured. That's 14 wrestlers.
This is
It,
NWO levels.
it's still like 10 with all the people who are active.
Yeah, there's 4 injuries. So yeah, yeah, there's still 10 of
That's
them.
literally a 2-1 advantage.
Yeah.
I, and yet it's still even. somehow. How?
No, you
Especially
explain
look at
that
how
to
many
me.
big boys there are on this roster.
Mhm.
Like Lance Archer and Mark Davis, big beefy boys.
Yeah,
What are we doing? Like
I don't know.
Konoska is a big beefy boy in his own right. Kyle Fletcher, deceptively tall. Like what I don't understand.
Yeah, I guess I don't get that part either.
I'm loving the wrestling. You know, they have great chemistry with one another, all of them. I'm not knocking the in between the ropes bits, but like the story it's lacking in sense
Yeah.
because the Don Callis should be literally wiping his shoes with bits of Death Rider by this point, and yet it's somehow even, and I don't understand.
No idea. No idea. After that, we've got Swerve Strickland back with Renee Paquette, talking about his loss to Andrade last week, um, but saying that he hasn't lost focus on the world title. I'm still not sure how this is supposed to work out, especially after the events of this week. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Interestingly, he lets Nana do the talking here.
Yeah.
Swerve was so upset he didn't even really want to discuss it, and he let Nana do the talking. Which good for Nana. He actually has something to do. Nana, I think he laid an Easter egg out for us too, because he had a towel, I think it was, that
Yeah.
said embassy on it. We
Uh,
haven't seen any references to the embassy in a long time. And this comes right after a former crown jewel of the embassy in Tommaso Ciampa just entered the scene.
oh.
I think this is setting something up. They love their Easter eggs in AEW. Maybe this is conspiracy theorist stuff. Maybe I'm looking too far into it. I don't think that was an accident, though. I think we're setting something up. I don't know
I don't
what,
think they have a lot of
but
accidents on that show. So
I don't know what they're setting up. I don't know what form it could take, but something smells fishy there,
yeah.
and I'm really looking forward to it. Honestly, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And nobody brought it up. How am I the only one bringing up the embassy towel?
I don't know. I don't
I've
know.
not seen a single person brought it up. It was the first thing I noticed. Like, oh, it says embassy. Like,
No idea how people didn't pick up on that. After that, we've got a nice little vignette for Will Ospreay's journey back from neck surgery. If we're having vignettes, that means he's going to be back soon. I'm sorry. Like everybody
yeah.
want like after these vignettes started playing, everybody at AEW is like, "Oh no, it could still be a really long road." But I'm sorry, but you do not start playing vignettes for somebody unless they're close.
Yeah. I mean, I would give it a month tops.
Yeah, yeah. That if I
Like,
swear to God, if we
I think
string
he
these
makes his
vignettes all the way to
reappearance at
Wembley, I'm gonna.
Revolution.
I hope so because if we string these vignettes all the way to Wembley, I'm gonna freaking lose my mind.
No, no, he's gonna win the Owen and face probably MJF for the belt and win the belt off of him. They'll run that back from 2 years ago,
Yeah,
and it'll be another banger match, and you'll crown Will Ospreay champion of the world in England in front of Wembley Stadium.
Mhm.
If you put that match on there, I bet they get capacity again.
yeah.
So,
Yep.
but yeah, I'm looking forward to Will returning. Like, this is a completely different landscape than he left on. So,
Yeah.
lots
Yeah.
of stuff has happened in
So
his
it'll be really
absence.
interesting to see how he fits into that machinery.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
yeah. After that, we had personally, for personal reasons, one of my favorite matches of the night. We had Timeless Tony and Orange Cassidy versus Jordan Oasis and Brittany Brooks. Uh, Personally, one of the reasons why this is a favorite match of mine is because I've worked with Brittany a few times.
She seems like she has a lot of personality,
She
and
is,
I liked her. I immediately liked her, and she appears on Collision too. She did double duty that day.
yeah. So she's little,
Yeah,
She's not like a little
seems like
person. She's just
seems like a
smaller.
Spitfire though.
But her personality is 10 feet tall and 300 pounds and just freaking way bigger than she is. So when the first time, so okay, you see her on TV, it's obvious that she's got like she's packaged and ready for television.
Yeah.
The first time I met her
Yeah.
was at a parking lot show at a Pizza Hut, like a charity show, dude. Like I was like, why are you here and not like working ROH or MPX or any of that? And then I find out later that she does work in all those places, at least MPX and all the other places that I mentioned that weren't ROH. And I was like, okay, so you do. And that's how we got her. You know, we needed females. Other females that worked for us were like, oh, hey, we know this girl. And they brought her in.
Yeah.
But like, I was just like, what are you pretty much all the girls I worked with on that show, I was like, why are y'all here?
Like we're
Like,
grateful for you, but like
yeah, because
you
it's
should be
like,
above this.
because it's like, it was like Brittany Brooks and Queen Olivier and Miranda Gordy, who is Terry Gordy's daughter. Like,
Oh, I didn't know
like
he had a daughter.
what are all of you doing here working this like BFE show in the fucking Pizza Hut parking lot, you know, like. But I worked with Brittany a few times at MPW in my hometown, and she's fantastic. She's so nice, and like,
She immediately popped off the screen.
oh
Like,
yeah,
as soon as she got in there and got in Tony's face, I'm like, oh, this girl is very much trying to maximize her minutes.
oh yeah,
And
for sure.
she knows what she's doing too.
Mhm.
It was very apparent that she knew what. And let's give Jordan Oasis his due too. Like he sold and bumped like a champ in this match.
Oh yeah,
He
showed up
absolutely. He looked like he made OC and Tony look like $1 million.
Oh
Not
yeah.
that they needed the help, but that's his job, and he did it. He did it super well for both of them. So like I, you know, the more in the weeds I get with this podcast, the more I want to call out the great job that the enhancement talent does if they do indeed do a great job. Like
Yeah.
it's they have kind of a thankless job to do.
Oh, I
And,
don't know that it's too thankless though. I mean, because like,
well,
you know,
from the fan side, I mean.
oh yeah,
Like,
because I was
you
gonna
know.
say, like, where do I sign up to put on tights and take a hip attack from Tony Storm?
You take that withdrawal, right?
Right? Yeah. Like I don't even need a check.
Mm-hmm.
Like just
That,
Yeah,
that
to the face.
that's the move that I've privately named the ATM. So for entendre reasons.
Best to mouth. I mean, S to trout. I mean,
Yes, you are definitely on the right track.
so
But yeah, I mean, it was a fun little enhancement match, and then you get Tony and Orange. They get on the mic and they're like, "Hey, you know what? I don't want to be bald. Kind of worried about that. What did we actually do here?"
Yeah.
Which
Tony
is kind of
Storm's like,
nice
why
to
did I
see.
make that match? I'm gonna look like an angry penis without hair,
Yeah,
which I thought was
Yeah.
hilarious. I was like, ha. But yeah, I mean,
I thought that was a nice little touch to show that, like, okay, you know what? Sometimes the baby faces, they get a little riled up and they, start to write checks that they can't cash. So
yeah. It's
You
funny
know.
too because she said they're gonna give Wheeler Yuta a cute little comb over. So what if he does lose and they just shave the horseshoe?
what
leave
if they
her-
give him a bowl cut?
Oh,
Oh, they
No, 'cause
probably
then he
won't.
just
That's
goes
kind
back
of
to
racist,
sheepdog.
isn't it? That
Nah,
might be a little.
we could definitely consider what he had until his hair got long enough a bowl cut. Because I mean that shit was sheepdogish, and that's what bowl cuts do. They turn
Yeah,
into
but I mean,
sheepdog.
like the whole shave here at the base of the skull down, and then literal like boom. it's
Is it?
kind of
I
a
don't know. I had a
racist
bowl cut when I was a kid.
trope.
Is that racist? Is it really racist?
There's kind of a slight racist Chinese thing. Oh, he's Japanese American, but um, like the Chinese bowl cut kind
Well,
of thing, like
go a little
it's a little
shorter and give him an
iffy.
Edgar. You know, I mean,
But I mean, I think they're just gonna shave his balls. But I think it's just gonna
I think
be
it'd be
bald.
hilarious if they did give him a comb over. It'd be fucking. And if he ran with it, it'd be even funnier. But I imagine whatever they do to him, he's going to clean up and just be bald after that.
Yeah,
But hey, one more bald guy to get chance of bald.
yeah, yeah. I kind of hope that they do it and then they run a mini angle with him about how like I'm only 20 whatever years old. Why is my hair not growing back? And make like and he's obviously like shaving every day to keep it, smooth and whatever. But the illusion is that he can't get his hair to grow back. What did you do to me? Like I
what
think
if
that might be fun. That might be a little fun little character thing for him.
what if they run like a Samson angle? Like they cut his hair and suddenly he's completely ineffective in the ring, loses all of
Yeah,
his
he
strength.
hits he goes with the Psycho knee on somebody like Rocky Romero and just bounces off.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't even hit little 5'8" Rocky Romero. Like
His
I
hair
think
must have
that
held
might be
all his
fun too.
power. After that, we had I. It's odd that two of my favorite matches come back to back. Actually, first before that, we had about a 2 minute segment where Darby Allin gets kidnapped by Gabe Kidd, but I don't really talk about it much because I fucking hate Gabe Kidd, and
Yeah.
I'm like really like it's one of these things where like I am like I saw his match with Kenny Omega and I thought it was good, and so when he showed up in AEW, I was like hell yeah. And then I've been so thoroughly unimpressed with everything he's done. And like,
I mean, the last match he had with Darby was a bloody mess, but it was good. I thought the match was executed well, but I hate Gabe Kidd.
yeah, I just don't
Like,
like him. I just don't
yeah.
like. I just don't like
I
his
mean,
cunt
and he's a
face.
heel,
Uh,
so I guess that's fine.
yeah,
But
I
like, it's like,
guess.
ugh. What I will say is that Clark Connors, who is maybe signed, but probably if he isn't yet, he probably will be very very soon. Was showing some real like insane chaotic energy, and I kind of dig that.
Mhm.
Like he's like he's very like wild card
Yeah,
energy right now, and I'm okay with that. Um, you know what I hated the most about this though was not even Gabe Kidd, was that like the commentators basically no sold it. They came back and set up the next match like, they're not even like reacting. Oh my god, they dragged him in a body bag through and left him in the desert. Can somebody please go out and check on him? No, just like, I guess that happened. And I'm like,
yeah,
I know that Darby is like indestructible or whatever, but like this still happened to a person.
yeah,
Like, could you show a little bit of care?
yeah.
like,
Like
I
they need to study the way that Jim Ross used to react to Mick Foley when he was actually getting hurt.
I
Like
mean,
because
I can
even though
kind
we
of,
knew this guy had a super high pain tolerance, like
yeah,
that was still a person,
yeah,
and so and like
yeah,
and Jim, I think Jim Ross and Jim Ross Mick Foley commentator to wrestler dynamic is probably the best way to handle someone like Darby when they're on the losing end of things.
yeah.
Because yeah, this whole thing where they're like playing it off like he's just super indestructible. Like, how is that gonna
Like
like
Shivani, how does Shivani not
yeah,
know to like sell that?
yeah.
Like, come on, man.
And also, I hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy for about a minute and a half right now. Um, Darby Allin wrestles in a style that he is not gonna be able to do forever. Okay,
No,
it is not.
he's fine with that, I guess.
Yeah,
But
he's fine with it, and we should be accepting of it at least if he's fine with it. But what I'm saying
yeah,
is like you're gonna pretend this guy is indestructible over and over and over and over again, but like eventually If he doesn't retire before he is destructed in front of us, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
He's going to
yeah,
get
it's
something's going to happen to him in front of us that results in the end of his career.
and the funny thing too is that like his loss in the Continental Classic against Kevin Knight was uh, earmarked with. I mean, it was highlighted or lowlighted, I guess, if you want to call it that, by the fact that he got injured in it. His body finally broke down. They made like a storyline point of it. He couldn't. He just couldn't handle it anymore. His
Yeah.
body just betrayed him, and now he's back, and that's great. But that previous point that they made a pretty big point to like point out when they replaced him in the tournament should have been like, it should have been incorporated here. It'd be like, I mean, he just came back from injury. He is when his how much can his body handle? They didn't even question it.
Yeah.
Like
Nah. Or
it
make
was
a big deal about him
disappointing.
being kidnapped or anything like that. Like it just was just kind of
Yeah.
this happened. And then next.
They sure made a big deal when he dragged Gabe Kidd off. So I don't
Yeah,
know why this
exactly.
didn't get equal
Equal play.
emotion out of
Yeah.
the, I don't know.
Yeah. They were just
But I
like, hey, it
mean,
happened.
it's
Next.
like for the occurrence of this makes sense within the storyline. Absolutely
Yeah.
makes sense. The reaction of the commentators did not.
No. Not at all. But yeah, speaking of next, next we got Hangman Adam Page and Mark Davis from Don Callis family. Um, I thought this was a good match, man. Mark Davis
They
really,
beat the hell out of each other.
yeah, they just it was a slobber knocker for lack of a better word to put
I
it.
I'm really really glad that they're not just gonna put Mark Davis on ice because another partner of his got injured or is otherwise sidelined. Like they're still using him. They're still going to feature him. I'm
Yeah,
really glad for that.
yeah, I like that too. He's very talented.
Yeah,
I mean, the guy can hand out and take an ass whooping with equal fervor. I'm a big fan of that, as everybody knows. Like he takes as good as he gives. So
yeah,
you know,
definitely.
and him and Hangman, yeah, they really had a great back and forth here. I thought.
Yeah, me. Yeah, this was great. Honestly, like it was, um, it was, it definitely hit that right, that button. It's like occasionally you just want a really stiff match with two dudes who are just beating the hell out of each other. Like, and this satisfied that itch for
Yeah.
me.
And then on top of that, he gets on the mic afterwards and basically tells MJF that he's coming to get his title back and he's going to basically use his foot to render him infertile.
Yes, in in
Which,
in different words, but yes. uh, and that would that would kind of come back around in a Chekhov's gun kind of way a little bit later in the night, sort of.
yeah, just a little bit.
But before that, we got the match that, from a work rate standpoint, was probably the match that everybody was looking forward to.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny Omega versus Andrade El Idolo, and it did not disappoint.
No, not at all. Not at all. This
Um,
thing, they killed, man. Holy
oh,
crap.
like, let me tell you, like, all they needed was to, all anybody ever needed to do was present Andrade the right way.
Yeah.
And now that they've got him basically leaning into the El Idolo part of that, now I posted this on Blue Sky. I'm going to repeat it here. All the girlies love LL Cool Andrade. Like, LL Cool A he's on fire, and I guess all it really needed to do was lean into being divorced,
Yeah, I guess so.
being hot to trot, so to speak, single, ready to mingle, however you want to describe it. That's his gimmick. He even at one point, not this past week, but the week before that, took off his glove. In I believe it was during the ad break. He took off his glove to show that he had no ring on his finger. He showed the crowd. He went it all like this and put the glove back on. It's essentially his gimmick that he's divorced and
On the
you know,
prowl.
yes.
I
And I
will
mean,
never
look at
be
him.
mad
Look at
at.
him. He's a sexy man. Like by God, go do your thing, Andrade.
Yeah, I'm never going to be mad at groups of Latin Instagram girls.
Yeah,
Not ever.
yeah.
So
I mean, I'm not going to dispute that.
yeah,
Um,
never going to be mad at it. Andrade playing into it perfectly. Um, I mean, who knew that all he needed was the right presentation and to look like he was built out of fucking bricks.
yeah, dude has gotten himself into absolutely ludicrous shape.
Ludicrous.
Like,
Just crazy.
and I think too the hair, like
Yeah.
him growing out his hair, that long. Sometimes a haircut or hairstyle can really shape. You remember when he first came to NXT and he kind of had like a half comb over pompadour thing going on,
Yeah.
and it looked kind of like a dork, especially since he still wrestled with the suspenders and everything.
Yeah.
Now he looks like a serious wrestler,
Yeah.
like, and he looks like the man. He looks like a main event guy, and again, it's all in the presentation. Like, it's very clear that TK adores this man. Absolutely adores this man. This is a guy who left on good terms, the punch to Sammy Guevara's face notwithstanding, and came back 2 years later, and he's immediately being thrust into the world title scene. Like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That just doesn't happen. You usually have to like start over and pay your dues and stuff. He was thrust right into a program with Kenny Omega and then got stalled, but only increased his momentum due to fan sympathy because of the ludicrous 1-year non-compete clause that WWE ultimately apparently couldn't enforce.
Yeah.
So, like, and TK just capitalized on the momentum, I guess. And now look at him. He's in a main event next week by virtue of winning this match with the screwdriver. He didn't beat Kenny clean, but he beats Kenny in a great match. I love the opening sequence where they're going tit for tat, and they're very evenly matched. Love that. Lots of high spots in this match. I loved Kenny having shown that he did his homework and got the knees up on the double moonsault.
Oh yeah, dude, that was nice.
I was like, somebody did their homework. Smart baby face. Gotta love that. When a baby face is actually smart for once.
Right.
But yeah, like it was yeah. What was it? It was Swerve came down to try and to sneak the screwdriver to counteract Don giving him the screwdriver, and it was actually a low blow behind the referee's back while all that was taking place that led to the finish of the match. He beat him with the DM, and now Andrade El Ilo finds himself in a semi-main event match at Grand Slam Australia with a shot at the world title on the line against Hangman Page, the main character. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. He's not going to win that match. It's going to be Hanger.
I mean, it has to be because
It's
Andrade
going to
was
be
with
Hanger because
MJF. Like, no.
unless they pivot to Brody winning. I mean, think about it. Revolution is in California, right? I think.
Yeah.
Uh, so you have, I think it's Southern California. I think it's Los Angeles that they're going to, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I'll check that later. But uh, you put Brody King as world champion against Andrade El Idolo in Southern California, and
Yeah.
then have Andrade turn face after the match, maybe. Because
Maybe.
I mean, let's be real here. Between his current gimmick getting over and this significant Hispanic population that is going to be at that
Yeah.
show, you're going to have a hard time getting any of that crowd to boo either one of those guys if that's the match.
Yeah.
So you might as well turn Andrade afterwards. Um, I mean that could work, but it would be a huge pivot. I don't think they have any plans on taking the title off of MJF until All In.
Yeah.
That would be my suspicion.
Unless they roll
But
with this sudden media attention and
I mean, it could. You never know.
yeah.
TK has to be careful how he handles it. Like, I mean, he's been very careful to frame this as, you know, the wrestlers are individuals,
Yeah.
and I encourage them to be individuals and to voice their own beliefs and this, that, the other thing. He's not come out and said screw ICE because he can't, because then he makes himself a target
Yeah.
of the Trump administration, who is
Yeah.
already in bed with the competition.
Yeah.
Like, they're already in bed with WWE to the point where Triple H, of all freaking people, is a member of the cabinet. How? But like, you know, TK has to ride that line. He can't come out and actually like endorse one way or the other, because then we probably don't have AEW for too much longer. So, but he can put on these matches and let the crowds chant what they will.
Yeah.
You know. So, in any case, after the match, Swerve and Omega have a little bit of a tiff.
Yeah. Because of
Over
course
it.
Swerve, Omega thinks that Swerve cost him the match, but Swerve was just trying to save things. I mean, this is a classic wrestling trope.
Yep.
Like two faces are mad at each other because one thinks one cost him, and he was just trying to save him. And
Yeah, I imagine they'll probably have a match at Revolution, and I'm guessing Omega wins to further push Swerve back into heeldom. I would imagine.
we're pushing Swerve into madness so he can match Tommaso Ciampa.
I would like to see the match. TNT title is probably beneath him at this point.
No. I mean, so they can be teammates.
Oh, teammates. Yeah, new embassy. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate it.
No,
it would be a very interesting mix of personalities.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited for Andrade to have this opportunity. Like, it's, as somebody who's been behind him since he finally got like to click in NXT when they put him with Zelina Vega. Like, I thought that was like the missing piece. No, I was wrong. The missing piece was just let him be sexy. Like, let him be the idol that he keeps claiming he is.
Right.
Like, and just lean into it. It wasn't even it was simpler than what I thought was what was the case. So I apologize, Andrade. I didn't even realize it was as simple as that.
Right.
My bad.
All you had to do is have him come up and be like, "Where are the ladies?"
Yeah. Yeah. For real. Like, I mean, he's worked stripping into like half of his matches since he's been back. So
right.
I mean, all the girlies on Blue Sky. Love Andrade, and that is a gender neutral girlies. So
Yeah, yeah. After that, we've got a short vignette for Brody King talking about his eliminator match tonight against MJF. And then after that, we've got Renee Paquette backstage with Chris Statlander, trying to talk about the stipulation for their upcoming match with Statlander and Tekla. And Statlander just makes us wait till Collision to figure out what that match is going to be. Okay.
okay,
Like I was just like, really?
like all right, well, I mean, at least the crowd that was there got to see it that night
Yeah, I guess
because
so.
it was Collision was taped there. So
Yeah.
you know,
Lucky them, I guess. Yeah.
yeah. But
Um
next was some women's division tag team match, eliminator match, Mega Bad versus Babes of Wrath. Uh, the match was okay. It wasn't anything like groundbreaking or anything. Um,
yeah.
but what I will say is that uh, it's nice to see an eliminator match actually pay off for the contenders.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, as we've already kind of indicated earlier, that happened twice tonight. But it usually doesn't happen. I can only think of a handful of occasions where the eliminator match actually paid off for the challenger. So to have
Yeah.
it happen twice in one night and have it be one in a division that's still kind of being established, that's impressive. That's kind of big.
Yeah.
Um, Probably the most notable thing from this match, I think, uh, I like how Mega Bad altered the Doomsday device so that it's not so dangerous.
Yeah.
Because instead of just having the opponent on Bane's shoulders and having her get clotheslined off by Penelope, she actually does like an electric chair drop to go down with the clothesline, which is so much safer because it's just a back bump instead of risking landing, flipping over and landing on your face,
Right.
and breaking your neck. Uh, Doomsday device is notoriously dangerous because of that risk specifically. So I was really glad to see that they found a way to still use the move and make it safer.
Yeah.
Good for them.
I thought the
Uh,
craziest part was Bane doing a Hurricane Rana.
yeah, like Megan looked. I will say this: Megan absolutely showed out and looked the best of anybody in this match.
Yeah.
100%. She looked like she looked untouchable in there. It's weird to think that she's this good with this little experience.
Yeah.
Like she's only been wrestling for like 2.5 years, something like that. Like it's
Yeah.
or something along those lines. It's kind of nuts.
I mean, she gets it apparently. So
Yeah. Her debut was okay. She has a little bit more experience than I thought. She did debut in 2017.
okay.
Okay, so okay, and she did work Stardom for a year. So I mean, if you're a female wrestler, if you're a women's wrestling star, yeah, go to Stardom. You are gonna get good there. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna. I mean, if you spend an extensive amount of time there, you will get good. Like I'm not, you know, it has to be more than a couple of months. Like uh, Anna Jay spent.
Yeah.
Anna Jay didn't spend enough
I
time
don't know
there.
if I think if you look at like if I'm not mistaken, if you look at like all of the top champions and all of the top companies, I think all of them are Stardom vets.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I think all of them are because we got like it's like Stephanie Vaquer and Julia and Neo and Rio and Rhea on the other on WWE side, and then on the AEW side. I mean, it's
I think the only exception would probably be Liv.
yeah, But Liv's not even a champ right now.
No, but she won the Royal Rumble, and she's probably going
Yeah,
to win the belt because
yeah,
Stephanie
probably.
Becerra is a work rate girl, and they don't appreciate work rate girls as much as they
I
do,
think
or
she's
work
injured right
rate
now
people
anyway.
as much as they do personality people. And let's just say that Liv is far more personality than Stephanie
I
Becerra
mean, that's
is.
fair. Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. The match was fine, but I mean, the standout was definitely Megan
Yeah.
hitting moves that we haven't seen her do before. Just all around looking like a freaking juggernaut in there. Like,
Yeah.
uh, I
Absolutely.
mean, they've made a really good effort to protect her ever since her like re-debut
Hmm.
a little over a year ago, and it has paid off because she keeps doing this stuff. It looks at times like when she gets beat, it's normally in a tag match or a triple threat where she's not the one pinned.
Yeah.
Normally, she's been very well protected. It would not surprise me if Mega Bad actually won the belts. Wouldn't surprise me in the least.
I mean, they might.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have that many tag teams in the division to begin with. So maybe it's not so bad to kind of hot potato it a little bit
Yeah.
amongst the teams that they do have.
Hmm.
Because otherwise, then you just have one team that beats everybody,
Yeah.
you
And
know?
then somebody else is going to come back that they've already beaten and beat them, and
And it just doesn't have the
celebrated.
impact because they've
Yeah.
already been, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be in favor of moving the belts over, especially since poor Penelope, had to miss Blood and Guts because of that terrible, ill-timed injury,
Yeah.
despite being in the thick of building that up over the course of the summer.
Right.
Like, and she still throughout the majority of her injury, still showed up to work and gotten her gear, despite having like surgery, despite having an injury that normally people would probably get Tommy John surgery for.
Right.
She was able to somehow avoid that. So, like, to me, as Tony Khan, like, I'm rewarding that loyalty. Like, you're on the fence and you can't wrestle. You can't even really do anything, but you're still going to show up. You're still going to travel all across the country and like get really, really uncomfortable by getting in gear that probably is difficult to get into when you only have one arm. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, to me, that's loyalty. You know, I would reward that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. After that, we've got we're backstage with Tommaso Ciampa and his TNT title, and he's saying that he's gonna keep the TNT title open challenge going. So that's cool. We'll see how that all turns out.
Yeah, and they immediately announced that Roderick Strong and Claudio Castagnoli both answered the call. Like, talk about frying pan and fire here. Good lord!
Like,
Like,
yeah, really trying to legitimize Tommaso Ciampa right out the gate with
yeah,
that. I'm assuming so. Um, After that, we've got our AEW National Championship match: Ricochet and Jungle Jack Perry. Um, I expected more. Okay, I'll just say that
yeah.
I
This was the
expected
second
more.
match between the two, and I thought it was you know what it was missing. It was a little too heel dominant. It needed more back and forth, considering how Jack Perry was booked to be like looking for heated personal revenge.
Yeah,
You know, like it should have been more even. He should have had more comebacks. You know, he should have been booked like, dude, this guy is so angry. I cannot keep him down. Like, that should have been the story. I think.
yeah,
Even if he was still to lose, I think that should have been the story, and it just wasn't. It was fine. It wasn't bad, but for the second match between these two, with the personal stakes being heightened, it just didn't feel like it met the stakes that were established. You know,
Yeah. I don't know. I think of all the storylines in AEW right now, this is the one I'm least interested in.
which is a shame because, like, you know, as much as we give crap to Ricochet for his social media associations, let's say, that he has not disavowed, to my knowledge. So we will still hold him accountable for it.
Yeah.
Um, the work he's been putting in has been great, but as soon as he got a title, it's like, oh well, where did all that go? Like he's still, you know, a great promo. He still can go in the ring, but it just seems like he got the belt and somehow lost
Yeah.
steam, I guess.
Something. I don't know what it is exactly, but I'm just, I expect more. I expected more out of this match. I'm not really interested in what's going on with Ricochet or Jack Perry. And like, I should be more interested, but
Yeah.
I'm just not. There's like, I don't know if it's that this is lackluster or that everything else is so good that this just being okay ain't good enough,
Yeah.
you know?
It's like a 7.5 if it's on a show where there are a bunch of fours is a standout. It's a
Yeah.
good match. A 7.5 on a match full card full of nines. Like this wasn't full of nines. It was much more mixed bag, but it was, you know,
Yeah.
still it didn't. It happened right after Kenny Omega and Andrade. Like, you know, it maybe if it had opened the show, we would
Yeah.
look at it more fondly. But I don't know. It seemed to just kind of be there, and that's a shame because I like both of those. The work of both of those guys.
Yeah, they both have good work rate. This is
You
just
know.
it was just kind of boo boo. Like I don't know. I wasn't terrible. I was just like, eh. I don't know. I felt myself not giving a shit really. Like that's the problem. Like that's a
Yeah.
problem. Like I
At the very
shouldn't.
least, he didn't beat him clean. Ricochet
Yeah.
still cheated. He put the belt in the turnbuckle and drove Perry's face into it. Right.
Yeah.
So like, you know, after a distraction on the outside with GOA and the Bucks getting into it, like at least it wasn't clean. The heels still needed to cheat,
Mm.
especially against the righteous babyface looking for some retribution for his fallen friend. So I mean, at least that was nice to see. I have no problem with the finish, but you know, the meat of the match was could have been more.
Yeah. After that, we've got Gabe. We show the end result of the kidnapping of Darby Allen, and we've talked about this already. But I mean, like, look, guys. Let me point out the problem with this scene right here. You drag Darby Allen out into the the desert. You open up the bag that you've got him in. You cut the rope that's holding it to the car, and then you leave. Okay, so issue number one: if you wanted to be rid of Darby Allen, you should have buried him, and that might have still been questionable at best. Like it's one of those things where, like, like when you're watching a TV show or a movie, and you're like, we didn't see the body. That person's definitely not dead. Like,
Right.
if we don't got a body, like, you need to leave headless Darby Allen in the desert buried and bring his head back separately from the rest of him. And that's the only way we're going to know he's gone and that he's not coming back to get you. Rest assured that if you just left him duct taped in the desert without burying him first, that next week or week after or sometime in the very near future, he is going to be shot out of a cannon from some random location and land right in your fucking chest feet first.
Yeah.
Tell me when I'm
He's a
telling
revenant.
lies. Like,
There's a reason that he paints half of his face like a dead person. It's because he's a revenant. He will just keep coming. He cannot die.
yeah. Like, you're gonna have to, like, put his head in a box and just deal with it yelling at you from inside the box for the rest of your life
Yeah.
and your kids' lives and their kids' lives. But like, yeah, like no body, no death. All right, guys. So like for sure, the man is coming out of stage left like he was shot out of a cannon, feet first into your
Yeah.
chest. In the next 7 fucking days, that is probably happening. I don't know which one of you is catching that cannonball, but one of you is catching a cannonball
It's gonna be Clark Connors so that they can still tease the match
with Gabe Kidd.
with Gabe.
Yeah. So yeah. So either way, yeah. Like all I could think here was like, dude, he drug you until all that was left was like a piece of the bag hanging off the chain, and you are alive, and this is how you repaid him. And I feel like you didn't give him enough, and I also feel like you should know better. Like this man is definitely coming back. Like you, duct tape, dog, duct tape, really. Like
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold.
bro climbed Mount Everest. You think duct tape is gonna do the job? Like, excuse me, sir. Point of order. Like, holy
Y'all don't
shit.
know what you signed up for.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I'm sorry, Gabe Kid, but you're probably this is ending with your cunty face getting kicked in. Okay, like that's just
I hope. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't think it will. I think that now that he's signed, I think they're gonna give him some wins.
not over Darby. I don't think.
But I don't know.
I mean, he might get like some leading up to the match wins, but I don't think he's getting. I don't think he's winning this feud for sure.
Mm.
But yeah, that being said, now we go to the shortest main event I've ever seen that wasn't on a TNA pay per view.
Worth it though.
Oh, totally.
The length of time doesn't matter as long as you make every single one of those seconds worth it. And people will be talking about this for a long time because the whole segment was about 5 minutes if you include entrances and stuff, but everything that they packed into the 5 minutes, including the stuff they couldn't account for, made this just kind of a legendary moment. Like, they're brought to the ring, they're announced, right? They do the whole spiel, and then they do the standoff, right, in their opposite corners, and that's when the crowd hits. And it was very clear that somebody had planned this beforehand. They're like, at this point in time, when Brody King comes out, when we get the chance, we're going to chant this. And it's going to make it to air because it's live TV and they can't. What are they going to do? It's a whole crowd. They can't bleep us all.
Yeah.
And none of it gets bleeped.
None.
Not a single thing. Couldn't keep up with it, I guess.
And the commentators stand down, and the referee stands down.
And you have to think that Tony probably told them to let the moment breathe. And Bryce is a super pro, and he knows to let the moment breathe.
Oh yeah, that was like, I don't know, like I don't think AEW referees wear earpieces. I haven't, like, I've seen them. No, I haven't even seen them wear like ref cams or anything. So like, no, I don't think they wear earpieces. Sometimes there's like WWE does it where there's a direct line between Gorilla and the referee.
Yeah.
But I don't think AEW does that, and that's definitely what I feel like was on Bryce to make that decision. And yeah, total pro move, just letting it happen and giving it time. Total pro move. But yeah.
MJF gives that very memeable face.
Yeah, that face, like, whoa, like MJF, like, king of kayfabe, breaks character.
I'm not going to disagree with this crowd right now.
Right.
And then Hanger's music hits, making good on his promise to kind of mess around with MJF on this episode. MJF goes out onto the apron to shout at him, but Hanger never gets, further down the ramp.
Yeah.
Brody King walks up behind him, chokes him out, and I mean out,
Out. Yeah.
out, throws him in the ring,
Cannonball.
hits a cannonball in a corner, hits a Gonzo bomb, and it is over.
Over.
Over. Dunzo. And this is like textbook how to make a squash match meaningful.
Yeah.
They did everything right here. There was some stuff afterwards with, all the contenders, Andrade, hits the ring, he attacks, and this, that, the other, everybody kind of gets their licks in, including MJF. As soon, like, he's still wobbly, but he managed to kick Hanger in the balls, which is, like I said, that's where Hanger's words came kind of back to haunt him, because instead of doing that, he got that done to him. But then he is immediately hit with another Gonzo bomb, flat out, and the show ends with Brody King standing over everybody, holding the world title belts above his head. Like, I can't remember a more perfect ending to Dynamite in a long, long time.
Yeah.
Like, this was executed to perfection.
Yeah, it was really good, I thought. I thought overall the show was pretty good. There were a couple of misses. Like, I didn't really care for the women's tag match. I really didn't care much for the national title match. But, like, everything else I thought hit really well. I mean, we had Omega and Andrade. We had, a really good, like, short match between Brody and MJF that kind of just built story. A lot of vignettes. We're going to see Will Ospreay back soon. That's always, a big thing. So,
I missed that, man.
Tommaso Ciampa, we built that up for this three-way that's happening on Collision. I thought the episode overall was pretty good. I thought there was a couple of misses with the matches, but other than that, and then the Statlander thing, like making us wait, like, really, I understood it once I saw Collision, but at the time I was just like, what? Okay,
yeah,
that was a waste of 30 seconds,
right?
Like, but then we get to Collision, and some of that stuff comes to fruition, and we get to see what's going on. So, still at the same venue. Obviously filmed on the same night. Crowd, to their credit, still super hot throughout Collision.
Yep.
And we kick things off with a tag team championship #1 contenders match between the Young Bucks and GOA. And honestly, what I want to talk about this is not this match.
No.
I
thought the match was good.
No.
Honestly,
don't get me wrong. I thought the match was fantastic, but that's not what I want to talk about here. What I want to talk about is how we've got, it's going to be like the Young Bucks. So the Young Bucks pick up the win here, because I have to preface this with that, because that makes this kind of makes sense.
I will say, I think it must be said that they pick up the win after giving GOA a ton.
Oh yeah,
like they
made GOA look like
nobody made these guys look better than the Young Bucks.
No, they looked fantastic against the Young Bucks. Especially Toa Leona's weird moonsault thing that he did.
Yeah, it's the second time he did it, and thank God the Bucks were in the position that they were, because they saved him from landing square on his head.
Oh yeah, straight up.
But it's still an impressive thing for a guy his size to do.
Yeah,
and they were able to save the misstep by claiming that he did land on his head and just no-sold it,
right?
Because that's Toa Leona. Like they turned a negative into a positive.
Now, what really got me during this match, what really caught my eye, was that this is a match to get into a triple threat match next week for the #1 contendership to the tag titles.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
It's Young Bucks who picked up the win here, and the Rascals is the other announced team so far. But in between them on the graphic, there is a wild card team, quote unquote, that is unnamed, and that's got to be Cope and Christian, right? I mean,
I've that was my immediate thought. I've seen some other hypotheses on Blue Sky. I guess it comes down to like two lines of thought. Either this is where you introduce Cope and Christian back into the situation, or the third team is there strictly to take the pin so that the Young Bucks can win without having to beat the Rascals. Because the Rascals are still new and they're still kind of giving them a little bit of push, but they're not to the belts yet.
Yeah.
Some people are focusing on the shapes of the silhouettes. I don't think that's. I think they just chose two random silhouettes to put up there. They are different from each other. It's not like in a video game where it's the guy with the question mark on it. It's the same one, but like it's I think it's just two random silhouettes. I don't think they actually match whoever it is that's going to be there. I think that after this match, FTR and Stoke are on the Tron, and they cut a promo on the Young Bucks saying, "Oh yeah, we can do this once again. We're still better than you," etc., etc. I think that's a red herring. I think it's a red herring to make you think that the Bucks are winning this, but I do think it's Cope and Christian.
Yeah.
Now the question is who they beat. Like,
I mean, I'm assuming the Bucks.
I would imagine probably because the Bucks. But
the Bucks could take that pin without losing momentum, really.
Yeah, because they're the Bucks.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think. I think the Bucks probably take that pin if that happens, because I don't think we kill the momentum of the Rascals that quickly. Plus, it's like a face dynamic.
Yeah, which is weird for a triple threat match.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know that it's going to be Cope and Christian just because of that, but like at the same time, I'm like, how else do we reintroduce them to this game? It has to be sometime soon,
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I mean, they have a ton of tag teams now. Like we covered this several weeks ago. This tag team division is being rebuilt basically and is being reheated. But for the longest time, it seemed like there was just like no division, because you had like the top 3 teams or 3 or 4 teams, and then everybody else just lost all the time. Like literally every. But then when we counted up the actual tag teams, we were surprised by how many actual tag teams there are. They just don't get a lot of TV time, and when they do, most of them are losing. Yeah. So, it could be a lot of different guys. I think it's Cope and Christian. I think that's so. The one that makes the most sense. I don't know what the Percy Jackson filming schedule is like.
They're doing press now, so I think it's over.
Yeah, if they're doing press, then they're in post. Yeah. So that would theoretically make Copeland available again.
Yeah.
Do you re-debut, not re-debut, but do you bring them back on an episode of Dynamite? I don't know. Do you save that for the pay-per-view? There's arguments to be made either way. Like,
yeah. I mean, we've had Ciampa and Rascals and a few other people will debut on Dynamites in the last few weeks. So,
I mean, to me, there's a part of me that likes to spread around the big moments, so that it gives the impression that anything could happen at any time, and it's must view every single episode. It's must see TV every single time. On the other hand, there's a logic to saving them for the bigger, name. Like, there's part of me that's thinking like maybe they can write it off so that they like TK wouldn't do this because he generally likes to give people what he advertises.
Yeah.
He tries to not lean on cards subject to change from a kayfabe standpoint. Like, if injuries happen, they happen. But, like, if he advertises somebody to appear, he tries to make good on that advertisement.
Yeah.
But there's a part of me that knows this carny business that would be like a more carny promoter would promote that for that show, and then right away, or right in the storyline, a way to delay that until Grand Slam Australia and do it at that bigger show.
Yeah.
I don't think Tony would do that. Um, I don't know. Like there are so many different ways to go with this, and it's kind of driving me up a wall because I can't really figure out exactly what it's doing. But going back to what you've been, the drum that you've been beating for, I mean, really the whole time that we've done this show, but especially the last several weeks, I like not knowing, not being able to guess.
Yeah.
Uh, I hope it is Cope and Christian though, because I think it's time.
Yeah.
It's time to reintroduce that. It's time to see them get their token title run, and in a perfect world, lead to a ladder war between them and the Bucks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, basically, the guys who won the first two TLC matches, became synonymous with ladders, and the guys that they and the Hardys directly influenced. I mean, you can't really write it more perfect than that.
No. No, not at all. So after that, we've got our post-match comments from Brody King after the Dynamite win, saying that, people consider that the biggest win of his career, and they're right. Until next Saturday when he wins the world title, which I am almost assuredly positive that he is not going to do.
No, I don't think so.
Am I rooting for Brody King? Fuck yes. Is
Yeah,
he going to
I
win?
think
Probably not.
TK has proven that he can pivot, but it takes a lot for him to pivot,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think he's going to do it here.
No, I don't think so either. After that, we've got Renee Paquette in the ring. She brings out Statlander. And Statlander, like, instead of coming in for the interview, weirdly, like, goes and, like, stands on top of the corner while Renee Paquette starts trying to interview her. At which point Tekla interferes, or, like, it
Yeah, immediately.
intervenes immediately. And her and them spooky bitches hold down Chris Statlander and beat the brakes off her with a fucking
Yeah,
belt, man. Holy fuck.
yeah.
That's child
Actual
abuse at
belt,
this point.
not the title cummerbunds. No,
No.
an actual leather belt. Like
Yeah. But as soon as she started
something that
doing that,
actually will hold up your pants.
yeah, as soon as she started doing that, knowing that we were about to talk about the stipulation, I was like, oh, okay. I know where
Yep,
this is
strap
going.
match. Yep.
And we got a strap match out of it. So cool. I love strap matches.
We're
So
going to talk about that later on, actually.
and then
So let's stop that bit right there, and we can talk about that later. But yeah, it was telegraphed pretty well. I mean, it was common wrestling trope. There's a stipulation that we don't know about. We're going to interrupt that announcement to introduce the element that they were going to introduce anyway,
right.
visually instead of verbally. So yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they strap up Tekla. I hope they do it. With the strap match, there's no DQ. There can be interference, and even if it's balanced out by Babe's Wrath, lots of things can happen in the chaos. Lots of things can distract the referee. So, I mean,
yeah,
I think it would be a good time to do it. And you can always switch it back at Revolution if you want.
Yeah.
You can always do that. Like I have no problem having having them play hot potato a little bit with it, because I mean we've already discussed this. You know my feelings on this. It's like she's already beaten the top 2, maybe 3 stars in the company, and pretty much everybody else is underneath them. The only other match that she has really that would be a draw would be against Megan Bayne.
Yeah.
and they clearly have other plans for Megan. So, yeah, like, why not Tekla? That way you get Tekla over too. Like, put that on her resume. Once it's there, you can always point to it and say, yeah, she's a former world champion. So that immediately puts her in, like, honestly, like, what I would like to see her do is I would like to see her drop it to Tekla, win it back at Revolution, beat Megan Bayne, and then lose to a heel returning Hikaru Shida.
I'd be okay with that.
Where is Shida?
Yeah.
I need me my Shida. We're seeing that Thunder Rosa is ready to come back. She posted on Blue Sky that she has a new theme that just got recorded. So she's coming. She was at the Super Bowl, I think. She's coming back soon. You can tell. She is coming back soon. She's ready. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind it if it was her either. But damn it, where the hell has Shida been? She was the ace of this division. Mm-hmm. And she's the only other person who's won the belt at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Where is she? She just disappeared. Like, she had visa issues. Okay, fine. But she got that figured out a long time ago. Yeah. Where is she? I need me my Hikaru Shida. And I think that you turn her heel, and I think you have her beat Stat.
Yeah. I'd do it, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need to have her cheat, go ahead. She's a heel. Who cares?
Yeah. After that, we've got Lectionaires backstage with Kyle Fletcher asking why he didn't answer the TNT Champions Open Challenge. And Fletcher basically, giving a heel line of he doesn't respect it because of the way he's altering the rules or some shit.
Yeah, it was kind of a non-answer.
Yeah. But then Okada walks up and is just, at this point, trying to ingratiate himself with Fletcher to piss off Takeshi.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty much the whole deal here. Yeah.
Yep. They're fighting over custody of Kyle Fletcher at this point.
Yeah, basically. The divorce is ugly.
Yeah.
And now it's time for custody battle. After that, we've got Kevin Knight versus Scorpio Sky in what I thought was like the low-key banger of the night. Probably.
I thought this was a really interesting match.
Yeah.
Like, Scorpio Sky, like, they really leaned on how much experience he had on commentary, and how he was, former TNT champion, the inaugural tag team champion, along with Kazarian. Like, he even got some SCU chants that he leaned into at the beginning of this match. Interesting to me was how really aggressive and kind of almost heelish Kevin Knight wrestled this match.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Makes me wonder it was cocky, bordering on really like arrogant heel. Like, I don't know if that must have been a conscious decision, but I don't know if it was the right one, especially since they had them, shake hands and stuff after the match anyway. Yeah. But yeah, this match was given a lot of time. They both looked very even, which actually, even though Scorpio Sky lost, I think this elevates him a little bit because that win against Okada is still fresh in the mind in regards to Kevin Knight. Yeah. So, like, having Scorpio Sky push him that far actually elevates Scorpio a little bit, even in the loss. So I thought everybody wound up looking good here. I would like to see Skyflight actually get some wins. Yeah. Like, they're an actual team with an identity, and all they're doing is putting other people over. Like, poor Martins. Like, they can't catch a break. They're in a brand new team. It's like, oh wow, it looks like they're gonna get a push. No, we'll see that later. It's just no. Poor guys. But
Um,
yeah, UFO Splash wins it for Kevin.
yeah, I thought it was a good match. I really did. I
Yeah,
enjoyed this one. This is probably my favorite one of the night,
they,
I think.
I not on. They weren't very subtle about it either, though. But they did at the beginning of the match put the Happy Black History Month graphic
Oh yeah,
up
I
there.
was like,
I was like, well, I
uh-huh.
mean, I guess if you put two black guys against each other, a black guy is going to win. So
Yeah, I guess
I
so.
guess that's progress.
Yeah, I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't know.
Personally, I'm of the opinion that if that any match that a black person is in Black History Month, they should probably win, unless there's a really good storyline reason for them not to.
Yeah.
Be like, come on, it's Black History Month, give it to
Yeah.
them. Come on.
After that, we go backstage. We got Hook, and I guess like a little vignette. He basically saying with Joe out for an injury, that makes Hook the boss of the ops. And okay,
Okay.
what
Okay.
ops?
So having Hook speak more, giving him opportunities to speak more, is good.
Yes,
He needs the reps,
yeah,
but the ops at this point only consists of Hook and Shibata because Powerhouse Hobbs is now in WWE and Samoa Joe is injured. Do you see Katsuyori Shibata taking orders from Hook?
no,
Yeah.
no.
How are they gonna? How is this gonna work? The only
No
way this
idea.
works is if they expand the ops. This is
Uh,
the only way that this is gonna work.
and I have no idea how they do that without just bringing up jobbers, job squad
Yeah, I
guys to
mean,
do it.
I guess the ops also technically includes the legion of
Locals,
local talent that they
yeah.
use to. Oh, they're the dojo guys. Okay, yeah, sure, the dojo. Okay, whatever.
Pro wrestler local 564.
Yeah, it's
You
like,
know,
yeah,
like
are any of those dojo guys ever going to make their AEW debut? No.
nope,
So,
not
like,
as a
come on.
dojo guy.
Yeah. So I just I I'm curious as to see how this is going to work. Um, I like Hook's reasoning for the confidence that he has, but I just don't see somebody who's been in this business for 20 plus years, who is one of the three musketeers of one of the best periods in New Japan history, taking orders from a kid.
Yeah,
Like, this is Shibata.
yeah,
Like, he'll take orders from Samoa Joe because he's also a veteran who's done a lot in this business. He's not going to take an order from some kid who
yeah.
won a fake belt 3 times. And this is a fake belt in terms of pro wrestling.
Right.
FTW Championship was an unsanctioned title. Like, it was a fake belt, even amongst fake belts. So, like,
I don't know. It's like
I hope they have a direction. I hope they have an interesting direction. Let's just say that. But I
yeah. I
don't
mean,
want to be too negative, and I feel like I was already way too negative on Dynamite
well, it's like
earlier in this show.
it's like if who is it? If Minoru Suzuki is murder grandpa,
Yeah.
then Katsuyori Shibata is murder uncle,
Yeah.
and you're expecting me to believe that that guy is taking orders from what appears to be a 17-year-old delinquent.
Yeah.
No, I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. I'm sorry that I don't buy it, but I don't. I've never been like Like I really like all the ops as individual wrestlers, but I've never been high on the group.
Yeah.
And this isn't making it better. And yeah, I don't like to be too negative either, but this is the like one thing from Collision that I'm like, eh.
Mm.
Like I'm not gonna yell too much and be too terribly negative about it, but this is definitely not hitting on anything for me. It's just not hitting for me.
Yes.
So, what is hitting for me though? What's always hitting for me is Mina Shirakawa.
Yeah.
She's always hitting for me.
Yeah.
So, and she's taking on Viva Van in a relatively short, mostly an enhancement match here.
I liked the footage, the New Japan footage they had of them teaming together from like 2 years ago or whatever it was. Like
Yeah,
I thought that was a nice touch. Which and it seems to suggest to me that if they were willing to do that for what all intents and purposes was an enhancement match, that they're probably planning on officially signing Viva Van.
well, I mean, we
Like
need
I don't
more
think they would
women.
do that for just any enhancement talent, would you?
No, they don't. So I don't know.
So
We'll
good
see.
for her.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Let's see if they sign her.
Yeah.
Um, After that, we've got a mixed tag team match between Marina and Wheeler versus Skyflight, Zeta Steel, and Dante Martin. I guess Skyflight's got two women now because
Yeah, Layla Gray was
Layla
back.
Gray did come back. They
She
said
was
she
on her
wasn't.
she was on her feet.
Yeah, they
She had a
said she
brace on,
wasn't
but she was
ready.
on her feet.
Yeah, they said she wasn't ready to get back in the ring yet, but that she was back. But so I guess they got
I
two
thought
now.
I thought she tore her ACL. How is she standing
No
at
idea.
this point in time? It's still too early in her injury recovery, I would think, for her to be standing even with a brace on. That's one tough chick.
I would have said that before I watched my dad walk around like 2.5 hours after having both his knees replaced. Like replaced, like leg cut off at two places, whole knee pulled out, whole new metal thing put in there that is his new knee, both legs. He comes out of surgery like 30 minutes after he comes out of surgery or out of the anesthesia stupor. He's like, I'm hungry. They feed him. He's like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and gets up and walks to the freaking bathroom. Better than I've seen him walk in years. Literally
Well,
like two
yeah, but a
hours
knee
after that.
replacement is pretty famously like the vast majority of people who I've known who've had their knees replaced sing its praises to the heavens. Like it was immediate thing. Like to me, that's not all that unusual. ACL, usually for an athlete, the recovery time is like a year
Things be a
in
changing,
most
dog.
cases, and to me, that suggests. And, I've never had an ACL injury, but to me, that suggests that like you're not walking for a while, even during physical therapy.
See, thankfully, that what we're seeing, what I believe we're seeing. Okay, this is just my opinion and what makes sense to me in my head, based on what I know about the wrestling business and the companies involved.
Yeah,
But like in WWE, you would see super quick turnarounds on shit like torn biceps and torn like pectorals and ACLs and shit like that, like with people like John Cena and Triple H and people like that, and Cody. You see and like the high level guys, you see super quick turnarounds because those guys are making an amount of money from WWE that they're able to get those like higher level treatments that give you a quicker turnaround. Where in AEW, I believe that Tony Khan is probably seeking out and footing the bill for those for everybody, not just the top guys. I think he's probably making the higher level quick turnaround treatments available to the entire roster, as opposed to being like, hey, I'll do X for you, but if you want to go back faster, that's going to
Yeah.
be on you, which is what I'm sure WWE did. Now, that said, in the last couple years, with like stem cell treatments and cryo and all this other stuff that's becoming kind of more commonplace, even if you have to travel to another country, at those guys' level, like even at like the tier one AEW pay level, that's enough money that like if you've got to travel to another country for healthcare, you can do it.
Oh yeah, easily.
So yeah, so like I don't know, I feel like these days it's not as like mind blowing to me that somebody with an ACL tear or something like that is back out there walking around already. Maybe it's just because of the like the stuff I know about like the cryo and the stem cells and stuff like that that really do seriously accelerate your healing. Um, there's some other stuff that I know about that may be available to people with super high levels of income that it's kind of like proprietary. I can't talk about too much, but
Hmm.
there's some stuff around the corner that, like, especially in the cannabis space, that's going to blow people's minds in the next few years. I think, um, as far as like healing from injuries and stuff like that goes, like there's some crazy shit happening. Um, so not too surprising to see Layla out there, but cool to see that even though she is there, they're not just dropping Zeta back to ROH.
Yeah. And I gotta say, like the couple of appearances that I've seen, she's still a little green, but like she's man, just like Brittany, like she's kind of got it already
Yeah.
from a character standpoint. I love the fact that she's this little tiny thing, and she got right in Marina's face at
Oh
every
yeah.
opportunity, even when she was getting her butt handed to her. Like she was defiant the entire time. It was like, yeah, all right, I can get behind this character.
Right.
Like it was interesting to, it was nice to see that because as part of Skyflight, she's most likely taking a lot of losses for
Mm-hmm.
a while. So better get
Yeah.
used to that. And best way to get used to that is to still establish your character as somebody you still want to root for, even though you know they're going to lose. And to be defiant in the face of somebody like Marina Shafir, who is legitimately terrifying,
Yeah.
uh, that goes a long way, I think. Um, that said, this was a mixed tag, and they really try to protect Marina as much as they can,
Yeah.
because as much as she's got aura in the ring, it's still
She still
a little
agrees
rough
squirrel
at
shit, man.
times.
Yeah,
A
like
little
let's
rough at times,
yeah.
Um, you know, but so I mean, Dante and Wheeler handled most of the stuff.
Yeah.
It's always great to see Dante get a chance to shine. Like he's just so underappreciated. Like you remember the first time that Darius got injured and they had him like go on a run, like a singles run for like 8 months or whatever it was,
Yeah.
while I was waiting for Darius to come back, and it looked like he was just on the verge of breaking out in like every single match he was in, and they never pulled the trigger on him.
Never, dude. Oh, it was
Like I
uh
love that Dante still he hasn't given up, and he still tries to maximize his minutes when possible. He still treats every match as an opportunity to basically audition for a push.
yeah.
um, I don't know how well it's going to work out because historically speaking, it hasn't worked out all that well
Yeah.
yet. But I mean, I thought he looked really great in this match, even though Wheeler pretty much beat him pillar to post at times.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
he was taking shortcuts and pulling hair and stuff like that. But like, let's be real here. The heel did heel things and controlled most of the match.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, he finally got the hot tag to Zeta. She hit a crossbody on Marina, but Marina rolled through it and hit like this swinging Uranage kind of thing, which was pretty cool. And then immediately just swarmed her and choked her out with Mother's Milk. And honestly, she was probably in that choke for a little too long.
Yeah,
I felt like I can't believe that I was the only one. I couldn't be the only one to think that, like, what are you doing, ref? She's clearly out.
Yeah, like,
raise her hand, let
on.
it drop, and call for the bell. Like,
yeah, or just call. Yeah, like
I don't know what the holdup was, but like that moment was probably about 5 eternal seconds too long. But the finish was fine. Like, she was Zeta was defiant to the end, like I said, which fits her character. Like, if they make this her thing, like that Marina is her mountain to climb, I think that would be a really good first program for Zeta. That would be kind of cool for her.
Yeah. After that, Yuta gets a electric razor, and he tries to cut Dante Martin's hair, but he thinks better of it, and then goes over and tries to cut Zeta Steel's hair. But Tony Storm shows up with Orange Cassidy to make the stave, and Tony's got her scissors.
Wheeler was really healing up. That wasn't even the first time during this match where he threatened Zeta with something, and the fans were not having it.
No,
they were all over Wheeler. Great heat for Yuta.
Yeah.
Fantastic heat for Yuta. I know we like to discuss all the possibilities, but there's no other possibility but Wheeler taking the fall here, right?
I think so. I mean, yeah,
I don't think that there's as fun as it might be to see Tony react to being shaved bald, because that would be fun.
Yes.
And as even more scary it would make Marina. I think they're clearly setting this up to give Wheeler Yuta a haircut.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I had to guess, he's like, oh, I know I'm doing this for the character, but I'm so tired of this hair of Tony. Can we do something about this, please?
Yeah. And Tony's like, you're going to give up your hair? Hell yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I imagine that's probably how it went.
Yeah. After that, we go to the pub with Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter, who get approached by a strange man to buy them a drink, but he's a little too forward, so they slam his head into the bar and then glass him. And then announce that they're called the Brawling Birds, which they applied for this, the trademark for this like some weeks ago. So
trademark.
We kind of knew where this was going.
Yeah, it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago that we learned about that trademark.
Yeah.
Inquest. Yeah. They have a logo now and everything. But
we'll see how that goes.
Got a couple of birds with boxing gloves and the whole thing.
Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. I'm sure the tag team's going to be good.
Yeah.
Not too high on that name, but we'll see how it works out. After that, we've got our post-match comments from MJF after his...
I thought this was great.
Ah, man.
Great promo by MJF. Pissed. Yeah. Like, he managed to put over, like, 3 different matches and 4 different guys. Like he's just... I know that I'm not, like... I complain about MJF, and I will continue to complain about MJF because he's never going to learn. And it's like, it's so disappointing when the people that you really want to root for because of their talent, their character just doesn't change.
Yeah.
And I will beat that drum for as long as it is relevant. But this match this promo was excellent.
Yeah. I thought it was very good. It was very good. It just all together, 2 minutes, just putting everything over.
Yep.
So,
Said that Brody's win over him was a fluke. It put his back against the wall, but that's when he's most dangerous. He even actually went to the wall and put his back up against it. I do kind of, it's on the nose, but I do kind of like on the nose visual aids.
yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, he's doing the thing. Oh, okay. I don't know. It's basic and it's obvious, but I like it.
Yeah.
He said that Brody King was all bark. He was Bark Boy, but he was going to make Bark Boy his bitch in Australia, which again is a little on the nose, but it's like, okay, I'll let you have that one.
Yeah. For now.
For now.
After that, we've got a singles match between Tekla and Brittany Brooks. Again, pulling double duty on the night. This was way faster than the first match. And poor Brittany gets held down like they did to Statlander and whipped.
Yep.
And that's
nobody
pretty
came
much
to help her though.
Yeah, nobody came to help her, unfortunately. Which shame on you all.
Yeah.
And that's 100% because of my personal connection to it. Shame on you all. After that, we've got John Moxley backstage with a promo talking about his history with Takeshita and how he's ready to face him at Grand Slam Australia for the Continental Championship. Which I thought this would be happening at the pay-per-view, but I guess not.
I mean, they could run it back. That's the great thing about the Continental title is that there's that hard 20-minute time limit. You know, so you can always because it's so inherently linked to the belt, the threat of a draw is there more so than in most other matches. All the other matches on the show have a time limit. Most of them are announced, you know, as they're beginning. But like they don't do time limit draws often, but they do have an excuse with the Continental title to kind of do it a little bit more often. So right. I suspect that it's going to wind up being a time limit draw, and they'll run it back at Revolution.
I hope so. I kind of hope that's the way it goes. I definitely don't think they built this to a climax yet, so I don't think the Grand Slam Australia should be the end of it. You know?
Yeah, I mean the reasoning behind the match is solid, 100% logical booking, but it's, you know, it could be heated up more.
Yeah, I don't think we're at that fever pitch yet that this kind of match deserves. Speaking of fever pitch, after that we've
parking
got
lot brawl,
8-man parking lot brawl, which should have been advertised as a match between two teams of 4 men and like 4 SUVs, because they did more damage to the cars than they did to each other, and most of it was in like the first like 7 minutes. Like, and the first thing Eddie Kingston does after throwing a trash can full of weapons is put a hammer through a car window. Big Bill throws a brick through a car window after kicking a mirror off of the car. Like, whoever they rented these cars from, I pray they got the insurance. I'm positive they did, but somebody is doing a lot of paperwork this morning. Holy fuck, a lot of like
Tony Khan is just okay. Where do I sign?
Yeah, thank God Tony Khan has all the money in the world, because holy shit, this was like, like if these guys brought these back to me at my enterprise lot where I an enterprise worker, I would just be like, oh motherfucker. Like, this is gonna be like a police officer doing a shooting level of fucking paperwork. With this type of shit. But then again, you got to be like, oh well. You know, I would turn around and be like, rent the cars as is after they were done with them at AEW for way more money than if they were full cars. But either way, they beat the shit out of the SUVs for a minute before they finally got in control of that and started beating the shit out of each other. And
Eddie Kingston was wearing a Minnesota shirt. Did not go unnoticed.
No.
I really, really appreciated that. You know, shouting out to all the people who are going through basically an occupation by their own government.
Yeah.
In Minnesota right now. I liked this. I'm not like super high on the Rascals' whole gimmick, but I liked the spot where they all went in the limo and they did the rocking back and forth to like simulate different accidents, and then they kicked Brian Keith out of the limo, and then who was it? I think it was Wentz called him a lightweight and then kicked the crap out of him. I liked that. That was fun. And then Isla Dawn just showed up.
Yeah.
Like, did they? I don't think they officially gave her a graphic or anything, but it looks like if they're involving her in this, that they're probably actually going to stick with the GYV.
Yeah.
Good for her. But yeah, she kind of came out of nowhere. But then she was put in the back of a car.
Yeah, they threw her.
She was removed. Finish came when Eddie hit a DDT on Gibson on the hood of the car and sold. He didn't really sell because he was just expressing his actual emotion at the time. That's the great thing about Eddie Kingston selling is all he has to do is be honest.
Yeah.
All he does is just be vocal about how his body feels at any given moment, and that's his version of selling. Yeah, he hits the DDT on the car, and they pins him, and then that's it. And then they all go out to get medicated.
Yeah, which I'm sure they needed after this because holy crap.
Yeah, like, almost everybody got color too.
Oh yeah, like everybody was bloody, everybody was beat to shit. Like the cars got it all at first, but man, boy, did they come around and give everybody way worse than the cars got. Holy crap!
Yeah, they don't usually miss when they offer a parking lot brawl. They're usually fun in AEW when they offer it up.
They really teased somebody getting hit in the head with that hammer too, man. Like they were trying, boy. Yeah, they were really trying.
I was so frightened for who was it? Ortiz, I think.
Ortiz, yeah, when Isla Dawn was gonna hit him.
No. When Bill was throwing bricks through windows.
Yeah, I threw the brick.
I was like, holy crap. I was like, oh.
Like all you have to do is miss the signal and not duck, and suddenly you get hit with a brick. Like
yeah, at full speed.
Yeah,
full on.
Because Bill was hucking them bitches like baseballs. Yeah,
yeah.
Like only a dude that big could huck a brick. You know, yeah. Like
I just it made it seem so much more impressive, but it also probably made the whole thing inherently more dangerous.
Yeah, way more dangerous.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I thought Big Bill looked awesome here. Honestly, he looked like one scary mofo. I do not want to piss off Big Bill.
Oh yeah, he looked like $1 million.
But yeah. I think he was the only reason that he didn't factor into the finish, I think, was suplexed on top of the limo, and that took him out for the rest of the match.
Yeah, they had to do something big to get rid of him.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then, as crazy furniture filled as that was, then we have our main event that is every bit as work rate as the previous match was ECW level violence. This TNT Championship 3-way match was not only awesome, but my God, how hard are they trying to push Ciampa into being like to show everybody, like, if you don't know who this guy is, figure it the fuck out. Like,
I will say though that most of the match was focused on Roddy and Claudio.
Yeah,
I feel like Ciampa definitely held his own, and he won, and he won with the running knee, very well timed, and just impeccably timed knee onto Roddy as he was pinning Claudio after hitting him with a couple of those lightning strike knees. Like if that was a singles match between those two, Roddy would have won. But Ciampa comes out of nowhere with that just insane speed that he has.
Dude, he's so fast
on that knee. Like, he is one of the best running knees in the business because he just explodes his patella right into your face. He shoots it like a grenade launcher into your
Yeah.
face.
And that's wild too, because there's so many people in AEW specifically that have great running knees, like
Yeah,
Takeshita and Omega.
yeah.
Like there's so many great running knees, and Champa still manages to like show out from the
Stand out.
crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, other noteworthy things. Claudio came to the ring wearing a very very cool Death Riders themed lucha mask.
I need
That
it. I need one. I
I
need
it
one
looked
so
so.
bad.
I really hope they don't drop them anytime they do something like this on their own. TK, like it's 50-50 whether he's actually going to capitalize that merch on it merch wise. And I just I don't have faith in him to capitalize
I
on it,
like
which is a shame
Yeah, it
because
bothers
they
me.
should, because it was rad.
Everything they wear should be merchandise. I need a Death Riders tracksuit like so bad.
Yeah,
So bad, dude.
I would totally wear a Death Riders tracksuit
Yeah.
for
Like
sure.
I love tracksuits. So like just give me one with Death like just the plain black one. They got the black pants and the
With
black
the
zip
owl
up.
on the back, yeah.
Yeah, with just the regular logo, like the logo on the front, the big logo on the back, the logo on the pants. Like, yeah, $100, bro. I'll give you $100 for that. Because that's probably what it would cost. And still threaten me with a
Yeah,
good time, like ugh. But either way, this match was fucking immaculate. It was
yeah,
it was really good. Yeah, I thought it was
real good.
uh
Um, but after the match, Kyle Fletcher came out, grabbed the mic, and challenged Ciampa for formally for a TNT title match for Dynamite, so that with the idea of winning and then walking into his home country and his hometown of Sydney, Australia, on Saturday as the TNT champion to get the hometown hero's welcome that he deserves.
uh
Um, I don't know if that's gonna happen. It would
nah,
be kind of crazy if it did, though, right? They
right?
pushed Tommaso so hard, and he winds up only having like a week and a half TNT title reign out of it. Crazy business that.
Yeah, it would be. If he beats Fletcher, fuck,
Uh,
man.
I mean, yeah, like
That puts
Fletcher
if he
is
beats
high up on the totem pole these days.
if he beats
So
Fletcher holding the TNT championship, that puts the TNT championship on a whole new tier.
yeah,
And that
agreed,
takes
agreed.
that would 100% take some people out of the world title picture and put them back in the TNT title picture.
Yeah,
Which is actually a great way to solve that overabundant world title picture problem by
yeah,
putting some of those guys in this division where there's not a lot of there's not a lot of challengers that are like Fletcher level. There's just not.
right.
Fletcher did such a bang up job when he had the TNT title that this was all predicated on him. Like he built this. Kyle Fletcher did this.
Yeah,
He did
yeah,
such a good job that he did this, man. And so I'm excited to kind of see where this goes. I really hope Ciampa retains, but I like Kyle Fletcher, so I won't be mad either way. Really.
yeah.
Um,
I think it probably benefits the story for both Kyle and Takeshita to lose in their respective title opportunities while Okada manages to kind of skate on by as international champion.
mhm.
You know, so that he has something to hold over their heads.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to take its sweet time getting to its conclusion, but I think we're going in the direction of a schism in the Don Callis family, where Takeshita and probably Fletcher split off from the group.
Oh yeah. I'm
Who they
assuming.
take with them is debatable, but I think those two are. I think those two need to leave the group in order for some of the rest of the group to shine.
Yeah.
A guy like Josh Alexander has all the talent in the world, but he's having trouble finding opportunities to show it because he's in the same stable as all these, like 2 or 3 other guys that are above him in the pecking order.
Yeah.
Like the big stars of the group are Okada, Takeshita, and Fletcher, and now Andrade.
Yeah.
So, and he's fourth. He's the world title challenger, and he's fourth in that pecking order. Think about that. That's weird, right? Okada's definitely like number one, but Takeshita and Fletcher are right there underneath him. Those two are the guys that are gonna have to split off and turn babyface because they're just too good. Like if they're people are already starting to cheer Takeshita, and it will be soon that they start to cheer Fletcher. It will be much sooner than a lot of people probably are thinking, because he's just that good. And talent, especially with a smart crowd like the AEW attracts, they're going to put talent above almost anything else. So and that can come in different forms, whether in ring or whether it's entertaining on the mic or whatever. If you are entertained by them to a certain degree, they're just going to cheer you no matter what.
Yeah.
And Fletcher is right at the precipice there. Like, he's still getting mostly booed, but I think within 3 months, if he's not getting cheered by a good third to 50% of the audience, I would be shocked.
Yeah.
Because his output is just so good. So you split those two off. You can keep them as singles, or you can tag them together. They would be something in the tag team division, let me tell you. But with those two gone from the family, it gives others in the family an opportunity to fill the slots that they leave behind. As long as you don't keep adding more members to the Dark House family.
Yeah. Definitely got to quit adding members.
But yeah, like those people, some of those guys are just kind of there, and they're just waiting for an opportunity to shine because they've got so many other guys in the same faction and only so much TV time. So yeah, let's hurry this up. Let's turn them babyface. And I think the way that you do that is you have them lose in their respective title opportunities and have Okada kind of lord it over them while he barely hangs on to the international title. He'll cheat to win. He'll use outside interference. He'll use take crappy count out wins here and there, whatever. Have him show to be a cowardly champion, barely hanging on to his belt and not being worthy of it, while these other two are trying to do it the right way and still failing. That will build sympathy for them and enmity towards Okada, which is what you want.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I there's got to be that split. It's got to happen soon. It's got to happen soon. And we've already planted the seeds. Like, the trees are growing, man, and we're just like conveniently ignoring them for long enough for some reason. I don't know. But yeah. With that said, I mean, Collision was really good this week. I thought it was pretty awesome. A lot of good stuff coming out of it. A lot of good matches.
I thought on the whole it was better than Dynamite.
Yeah, I thought so too, actually.
For my tastes, anyway.
Yeah. For my taste, a lot less. I was less down on what was going on in Collision than I was on Dynamite this week. So yeah,
I love that Collision is so consistently good that I actively avoid spoilers.
Yeah,
like I remember, when AEW wasn't a thing. I was watching Raw, but I tended not to watch SmackDown because it was taped for the longest time, and I would just be like, okay, well, I'm not really missing anything, so I'll read the spoilers and see if there's anything worth watching, I'll check it out. But I don't want to do that with Collision. I want to watch. I want to watch the show. so I actively avoid it. I think that speaks to the amount of work and effort that's been put into making Collision a very consistently good wrestling show. It
Yeah.
may not always have the tippy top stars on it all the time, but it's very, very consistently good.
Mhm.
Enough
Yeah, I
that
think so
I
too.
don't want to be spoiled ahead of time, and I want to watch it
Yeah.
when it airs.
Yeah, it's not like Rampage where it was like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
nothing
Collision's
ever
like,
happened
yeah,
on Rampage after a while.
yeah,
Like not even like storyline progression.
yeah. I mean, the biggest thing that happened on Rampage was Moxley unplugging it,
Which was a great angle, to be
and then it
fair.
never came back. Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah,
was great. It was totally great.
and it was in the Hammerstein, so like,
Yeah.
I mean, what a way to go. Well, we're done talking about Dynamite. We're done talking about Collision.
Yep.
That means there's just one thing left to do. Hit them with it.
We got to do like the pros do and call it in the ring.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So, as soon as I saw Tekla whipping the crap out of Chris Statlander, I was like, huh, strap match. You know what we haven't talked about, to my knowledge? I don't think we've talked about our favorite and least favorite gimmick matches.
Okay.
Like we've done favorite submissions and stuff like that. I don't think we've ever talked about the kinds of special gimmick matches that we like and the ones that we don't like. I guess I'll start. I guess you know what I really really enjoy. I know it's so cliche, but as long as it's done right, a cage match is just like it's a classic. If it's usually and AEW does them right too.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of occasions, especially recently, where they have gotten into the cage anyway. But like the perfect example of it for me was the one in 2024 with Ospreay and Fletcher, the cage,
Yeah.
the lights out cage match that they had, that 40-minute one. Crazy, brilliant, insane.
Bonkers.
No interference. It was just them getting bloody and beating the crap out of each other inside. I did a cage that's entirely just too tall. I love a too tall cage. it just like a cage should be too tall. You know why? Because you shouldn't want to escape it.
Right.
You should want it to what's the word I'm looking for? You should want to keep people from even thinking that they can get in from the outside. It should be a deterrent.
Yeah.
And man, when you guys, there's just something about locking two dudes in a cage match, inside a cage, that just brings out the animal in them. And I kind of love it. As long as you're old school with it. I'm not like the WWE version with the escape clause. Okay, that opens up a little bit more in terms of what you can book and stuff like that. But usually what happens is that's just a way for it cheapens the match as a blow-off stip, because all the heel has to do is escape in a cheap way instead of actually pinning or beating the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, okay, well then why was this a blow-off if the babyface wasn't going to win it? But yeah, I don't know if you're going to get a more perfect cage match than Bret and Owen at SummerSlam '94. Like, brilliant. And that was the big, heavy blue thing that hurt like hell, reportedly. Like, that was, you want to talk about a brutal cage. That was a brutal cage.
Yeah. Yeah, that blue one was freaking gnarly.
Much easier to climb, but nobody wanted to be bumped into that.
Yeah. Not at all. No give whatsoever.
I also love the cage because if you get a guy like Mark Henry or Big Show in there, you can do spots where you can blow the cage open.
Yeah.
big feats of strength like that. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. I love those that kind of stunt, and you
Yeah.
can't get that in a normal match. So
No.
I like the all the various ways that a cage can enhance a normal match between two people.
You know, mine kind of builds off that a little bit because my absolute favorite is a War Games match or a Blood and Guts, depending on the company.
Yeah,
So, like, I mean, two guys in the cage, cool. 10, 10.
two rings, two
Two
cages.
rings, two
All right.
cages, 10 guys. That level of controlled chaos that comes along with it. AEW especially really, I mean, like people like we've had threats of immolation,
Yeah,
among other things. I mean, they do. I feel like we haven't seen anybody come through the top of the cage yet, but I'm sure that's coming eventually with AEW. But at the same
it'll
time,
be
like,
Darby.
yeah, probably. But at the same time, they do like they reinforce the top of the cage enough to make the fights up there really good.
Yeah,
So when people do climb up there, the fights on top of the cage are super good. Um, the fact that like they really like they call it blood and guts and they really lean into
yeah,
just making it that like pure level of violence that you need to have in a match like that. And most of the time the right people win.
yeah,
War Games was pretty much the same way. That's where I kind of fell in love with the format. But AEW I think really does it like that's the way it should be. The way
yeah,
they do it. And so yeah, I think that's probably like anytime it's time for blood and guts. Like, and I love it so much that I can feel the seeds and catch them getting ready to announce that shit. But like I'm like they're about to say
yeah,
blood and guts. They're just straight up about to say blood and guts. Like, and then it happens. I'm like, yes, yes, it's
yeah,
vindication every time. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's like other than like the Continental, like that's my favorite part of the year is when we get to blood and guts.
yeah. For completely different reasons.
Yeah, for completely different
It's
reasons.
it's completely different flavors of wrestling, and
Yeah,
it still scratches the very varied itches that we have as wrestling fans.
yeah, yeah, for
Totally,
sure.
totally get that. Um, I love. What I really love is I like a good I Quit match,
Mm.
not submission match, although I like those as well. Specifically an I Quit match because you get to hear the words. You can build up to it a little bit more. There's a lot of drama that are attached to the words I quit, especially in a wrestling context.
Yeah,
uh it's a lot of people refer to um uh, what do you call it, the Brett versus Austin at WrestleMania 13 as an I Quit match. That's a submission match, really. There was no microphone or anything like that. In order for it to be like a true I Quit match, you need that microphone. You need that, usually a special guest referee, because like it's got to be so much easier than being a normal referee in an I Quit match, because all you need to do is recognize when there's a spot where you need to hold a microphone to somebody's face and ask them, what do you say? Easiest referee job in the world,
oh
right?
yeah,
It's got to be.
super easy.
I mean, as a referee, I don't know if you've refed an I Quit match, but
I
I
have.
imagine it's essentially a night off for
Uh,
you.
kind of. Yeah, I mean, most of the time, yeah, I quit matches, submission matches, things like that. They're pretty easy.
Yeah.
They are.
You just kind of let them do their thing, recognize the spot, and then hold the microphone to them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Uh, but yeah, there's just so much. There's usually just this steady escalation due to the nature of the words I quit. It's like, okay, what's it gonna take to make somebody say the words? Which is, it's such a human thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to tap out because you don't have to say it, you don't have to reckon with it yourself. But when you say the words "I quit" and everybody hears it, that makes it real,
Yeah.
you know. And I feel like that's a very human thing. Like, a lot of people can't, they have a hard time uh, admitting when they were wrong or that they messed up, or and they don't. Their pride won't let them admit their own culpability. And then, like, when they'll go to a therapy session or whatever, and they finally confront them, and they say the words, it's like you've set it into existence, and now it's real, and now you have to reckon with it. I feel like there's so much storyline potential in that. And in the match itself, there's so much drama leading up to that because that's almost a nearly universal experience. Like, I don't know if other people think that much into it or whatever, but that's why I love an I Quit match, is because it speaks to a very human experience.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Um, I mean, I try to think of like other ones that I just like really love. And like I really love a good battle royal.
Yeah,
Like I know that like Royal Rumble's kind of like the baseline for that.
yeah. Honestly, I
And
think the Royal Rumble is the best gimmick match of all time.
yeah.
Like, it's got everything.
But I do love a good battle royal, man. Like I love a good rumble. Like I just there's something about like I mean, even in indie shows, like when they do like because like a lot of those places do like a yearly big rumble
Right.
match, and like we used to do a 2 ring battle royal at one of the places that I worked, and like that's just fun. It's just
Yeah.
fun. Like like that shit pops the boys in the back. They're like, hell yeah, it's time we're gonna do a rumble. Fuck yes, like because you just get to go out there. Like you got 4 or 5 guys who are running things, and
Yeah.
other than that, you just get to go out there and have fun, man. And like it's even a little fun for the refs, like because you got like in our cases like 4 or 5 of us standing around both rings, calling
Yeah.
people out and doing that stuff. But like just it's just a good time. It's just fun. Like the boys love it. You can tell they're having fun with it. I've seen a couple of instances where like there's been some real heat coming out of a battle royal because of things that happened during the match that were mostly completely accidental.
Wah
Um,
wah.
but at the same time, I mean, like I don't know. I really love a good rumble. I mean, fuck, I'm 1-0 in wrestling matches. I won a battle royal, so
So it's always going to have a little bit of your
yeah,
heart.
always gonna have a little bit of spot there, But yeah, I love a good battle royal, man. Like I
Yeah.
really do.
It's a classic. It endures for a reason. It's very easy to understand if you're not a wrestling fan. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, they go over the top rope and they're eliminated until there's one guy left. Oh, that's easy.
yeah,
You know, there's a lot of different creative stuff you can do there. Yeah, I totally get it.
yeah.
Now,
I love it.
as for something that I'm not so fond of, I honestly think lumberjack matches are stupid. Like, I can think of exactly one lumberjack match that was any fun. The one that Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose had in like 2015 or whatever it was, 16, right after the Shield broke up, and they did the thing that nobody else does. They broke the line of the lumberjacks and brawled all around the arena and had the lumberjacks like chasing them to get them back in the ring. Like, it was innovative. I've never seen another one do anything close to that creative. It's always just like, oh, the heels are surrounding the ring and they're only gonna beat up the baby face. And then the baby face wins anyway. Like,
Yeah,
ugh. Like that and handicap matches. I hate handicap matches. I hate them so much because 99% of the time the handicap doesn't matter.
Not at all.
and the guy who has the handicap still wins. I
Yep.
hate it. It makes no sense. The only time that makes sense is if it's the Big Show beating up two jabronis. That's the only way that makes sense. Like I remember one time that it was John Cena and Randy Orton who were not on the same alignment. They were Orton was a heel and Cena was the babyface, and they were tagging together against like half of the roster on Raw, and it was elimination style, and they just beat them one after the other and made everybody look worthless. Like, why are you even in WWE? You are going down to one move.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every single time.
Yeah.
Like, I hate handicap matches. I hate them so much. They could serve a better narrative if somebody had better creative and more innovative ideas to go along with it, but nobody ever does. And
No.
it's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time.
Yeah. I hate the American versions of FMW matches.
Because they're all watered down.
Yeah, I hate watered down death matches. I hate for obvious reasons. I hate exploding ring death matches. I like look, guys. Look, here's the deal. If you're gonna tell me we're gonna have a match that has fire and or exploding anything and or any of that stuff, and then we open up the shot of the pay-per-view or event to an arena where the fans are less than like 40 or 50 feet from the ring, ain't shit exploding. Okay.
Yeah.
Ain't shit. Like the reason that FMW was able to do stuff like that is because one, they did it in Japan where crazy shit's able to be done like that. But two, they did it in baseball stadiums and they had the ring like 150 feet away from the nearest fans.
Yeah.
Unless that's the case, you're not going to actually explode anything. People aren't actually going to be caught on fire. We are never going to recreate the FMW feeling in the United States. I don't think that any municipality or state government would let you do something like that in the United States now.
And I'm okay with that personally.
Yeah,
it's a little too much for my taste.
Yeah, but stop doing these watered down ass American versions of this shit. Okay, look, we don't want to do the watered down American versions of this stuff. And honestly, the other deathmatch stuff y'all could do, like back in the day when John Moxley was getting a skill saw taken to his forehead, like that's still also way too excessive. That is not wrestling, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to have a cage match. It's another thing to have a cage match where somebody gets thrown a power tool and then uses that on the other person. Like, not only is that dumb in the context of professional wrestling, but do you guys, as crazy as y'all are, and as much as you want to give the fans what they want, do you realize how incredibly dangerous that is?
Yeah. Sometimes what the fans want isn't what they should have.
Sometimes what the fans want is stupid.
Yeah.
And that's true. And I'm sorry, for any of you fans who think like we should get what we want all the time, blah, blah, no, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. Because there is a line still between you and us and what we do. And sometimes you want us to do things that would literally fucking kill us.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do that shit because we like to live and make a living.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but that all leads back to, like, for obvious reasons, like an exploding ring, like this last exploding ring death match that AEW did, like that shit was in, like, poor Eddie Kingston. That shit was fucking embarrassing.
I mean, okay, to be fair, the match leading up to the finish was really good.
Oh, it was great.
Well executed. They completely flubbed the finish.
No,
absolutely,
the finish was
just it was awful.
It's like, hey man, we're gonna build up to this terrible fucking explosion, and then
you know what? There were no fans because it was a what do you call it? pandemic match.
Yeah,
So
pandemic
there
match.
was the expectation that, like, yeah, this could actually happen.
Yeah, there could be an
Like,
explosion because there's no people sitting right there. But then
yeah,
sparklers, 4th of July, fucking little kid, write your
yeah,
name in the sky, fucking sparklers, bro. Like that shit just made like that's when I that was right there when I was like, okay, you know what? Next time somebody's like, we're gonna have an FMW style match, I'm not putting any faith in that shit. Like
yeah.
fuck that, that's stupid. And that's the point where I was like, you know, stop. We just should stop doing that shit. And
Mm.
so yeah, I hate it. I hate the watered down version. Like if you're gonna do something like you could do the ECW shit without watering it down too much. You
Uh,
cannot do the FMW shit. You just can't. Stop trying. The people who that scratches the itch for are a very, 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 very tiny minority in wrestling
yeah,
fandom. Like there's probably more of them in the AEW crowd than there is in the WWE crowd, but there still probably ain't that many.
yeah, probably not.
Yeah, like the AEW guys are like we're into like they're like into NJPW and Joshi and Noah and shit like that. They're not really FMW people, you
Yeah,
know. And FMW's long defunct, and we should really stop trying to scratch that itch. Like you're gonna get like it's either gonna be terrible or you're gonna do it
yeah.
properly and get somebody killed. So
Uh,
yeah, I really hate that. And honestly, that's the only one I really hate.
yeah,
Like other matches, I can live with whatever the stipulation is usually. But the what that one, man, those are the ones I really hate. Is that fucking watered down shit from FMW?
yeah. I think I'll end mine with another one that I do really enjoy. I really enjoy an Iron Man match that's well paced, that's well thought out. Like, I mean, for my money, the best one that's ever been produced was Bryan Danielson versus MJF.
Oh yeah,
That was the best Iron Man match I can think of, and it's just it breezed by. Didn't even notice that it was an hour. Like
no,
when you, I hate I don't like it when they do it just 30 minutes
yeah,
because then it may they try and pack too many falls in there. It's like this match could have been done if this was just a one fall match. This could have been done in 4 minutes.
yeah,
Really, like to me, it just if you shorten the match time to 30 minutes, then there's that pressure to get multiple falls in there for 30 minutes because you don't want it to be just one fall that decides it
yeah,
because then it could just have been a normal match with a 30-minute time limit, right?
yeah,
There's no point. But if you do any more than like 2 or 3 falls a piece, it's like, well, this was a singles match. It could have been over like in 5 minutes. So
yeah,
so I'm specifically talking about the 60-minute version, the full hour.
yeah,
You get the right two competitors in there, and they can tell an incredible story. I mean, I realize why they don't do them often because, like, it's a lot to ask a crowd to get invested in a wrestling match that goes for an hour or longer.
mm-hmm.
It's a lot. But like with the right people, man, the story you can tell, like it's just. Well, I'm one of those. A lot of people don't look back at the WrestleMania 12 one with Brett and Shawn.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look back at it fondly with modern eyes. I don't have that same perspective. I think it was brilliant. And even as a 12-year-old, I was like, yeah, this is either going to go like they're each going to have like 3 or 4 falls each, or it's going to be even until the end. And I was sort of right. I didn't call the overtime finish. I didn't call that coming, but like I knew it was going to be even until like just the end.
Yeah.
I still think I know it's those first like 45 minutes are what a lot of people really have an issue with, and I get why. But I felt like the slow pace of it only put over how grueling the match is and that they needed to pace themselves. Like, I feel like it made sense within the confines of it, and I
Yeah.
still think that was a great decision, honestly. And if people want to disagree with me, they're entitled to their incorrect opinion. But to me, like, that's just set the tone. I'm like, wow, that was one of the best matches I've ever seen. So I have maybe a fond emotional connection to the stipulation because of that. But even as I get older and they get more infrequent because of, you know, the logistics of it,
Mhm.
I really appreciate when one does it well. I don't think anybody's ever going to top Bryan Danielson and MJF, but they're welcome to try.
Oh yeah, I can try all day. I'll be happy to watch.
Oh, me too. Absolutely, 100%. I'm locked in.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I think that's probably about it for the week. That's some of the stipulations we love and hate.
Yeah,
Obviously, I don't have that many that I hate. Um,
I didn't want to
uh,
dwell too much on it. I wanted to touch
yeah,
on that, but I wanted to focus more on stuff that I do like.
yeah. But yeah, we do, however, despite whatever stipulation is, we love pro wrestling. So,
Oh yeah,
and for those of you listening, we love all of you. As always, it's a terrible, fucking awful world out there. So keep your head on a swivel, stay safe, and like we say every week, fuck ice.
fuck eyes.
Peace.
Peace.